unless you're cooking oil on it, you can't stir oil on.
What's the point of stirring an empty pot?
Yeah, you're waiting for it to heat up fast, man. You stir it so you go heat up fast.
You don't want the water burn. That's what you're saying.
You want the water burn, no.
Okay.
You want the water burn at all.
As my brethren would have said, cheer.
Which one are you, brethren?
Leave him alone, man. You understand? just leave the big man alone.
Grenada, Carriacou, Pitsy, Martinique, and Lucia, and the rest of the listening world. Once again, it is market time. I'm Spicer. I'm sitting alongside with the captain. Yeah, we're trying to bring some fun to your morning. And I hope that we are succeeding. Yeah, I hope you're feeling, you're feeling joyous at this time. Yes, man. It's important to feel joyous, all right? All right, so we got some information. I got to dispense. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. It is now the top of the hour, and we go into the second hour. As we go into the second hour of the market time segment, folks, like to say once again, greetings to all the folks that are locked in and listening wherever you are, however you're listening. We appreciate you. And for those on the Facebook Live, we are experiencing a wee bit of what you call technical difficulties, stuff. Some reason just keep going in and out of us. So we're going to give you a bit of weather forecast for the region of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi Martinique and the surrounding areas right there. Yeah. I think today is the 13th day of October. Look at that, folks. The month is surpassing us quickly. Yeah, it's getting out of here. It's soon to be November. I got up this morning feeling nice and cool. And I love the coolness. This one coming in, I said a long sleeve, thick things.
Whoa, straight now.
Have any lugs boot?
This one is the captain.
Oh, you know you are now.
This one.
Okay.
So if he's referring to someone else, let me look around. Because I ain't seen no one else.
Jagabat.
And I consider that total disrespect from the elder statesman.
Mr. Biggerford, greetings on a Saturday, my brother.
We're going to have to address that with management. I won't stand for stuff like that. CJ, how you doing, bro?
You know how to stand, sit down. You don't stand up, sit down.
You see that?
Yeah,
and on the smart mode thing, that's okay. We're going to address that again. Somebody needs some dental work.
Listen to me.
You know what I mean?
Listen.
Mr. Jax,
if you want,
I need you to take care of something for me. So the next time a certain party come round, ring your bell, expecting to get some whatever I always want. All right, give me a call.
What is owed to me? That's the only reason I show up.
You hear that? You hear that? You have a long-standing bill. I thought you had paid off that long time ago.
Mr. Jax can't stop that.
Oh, okay. All right.
It won't be in his best interest to attempt that.
Okay.
At all.
All right, Mr. Jax, just throw it back to me and I'll deal with it. That's all you need to do.
Alright, so here what happening. In here, I like this one of undressed and your meal. So if you want to just go out, so step outside.
Alright.
Greetings, Saturday. Okay, folks. So the sunrise, the sun would have risen this morning at 5:57. In the region of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi Martinique areas, and it will be setting this afternoon at 5:51. The weather will be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times. Any shower, and the shower should be light and brief. Maximum temperature today is 31.5 degrees. Minimum temperature is 26.5 degrees. The wind will be blowing at the easterly, northeasterly to easterly, southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. The seas are moderate, waves between 4 to 6 feet. And that's in open waters. And there is no marine advisory, but still take heed. The low tide is at midnight, and the high tide is at 6:30 in the AM. So that is the weather forecast at that side of the globe. And let's turn to this part of North America as to where we reside. Brooklyn to be exact. Today is sunny. It's currently 52 degrees. The high will be 59. The sun will, okay, well, it hasn't, well, it just did. Sun would have risen at 7:03 a.m., which would be in a minute ago. It'll be setting this afternoon at 6:17 p.m. Chances of rain 20%. Humidity is at 66%. The wind speed west blowing in a westerly direction at 6 miles per hour. And it will feel like 50 degrees today. Oh my gosh. Participation is 0. Visibility 7 miles. UV index is at 0. The air quality index is at 37. Air quality today is good. Alright? So if you notice something here, let's say 1 month ago, we had a visibility of 10 miles plus. As of today, 7 miles. It's going down. Yeah, it's diminishing. So what you know?
But
pretty soon, you won't be able to see around the corner of the backyard.
But the question is, who want to see that far? Because you know what they say, the further you look, the lesser you see. So wait till it come close. I mean, so save yourself
some hard takes.
There you go. You know,
save yourself some hard takes, man. I just
you don't wanna. You're not Superman. You're extra vision.
You never know. You know, some people just might be. You never know. You never
listen to me. Visibility 10 miles, right? And you see something at 10 miles, and it looking like what you wanna see. What you wanna see.
Okay, and as you get closer,
you start back out. Instead of moving to, you're backing up. So what I tell you,
don't look good.
Don't look that far.
Oh my gosh.
But in the real world, they try to tell you, try to look around corner, even though you're on the street. You know.
But the great thing is in the Caribbean area right now, they have a 10-mile visibility. You know.
Glad I'm here.
And I say some parts of the Caribbean see today thunderstorms is expected, and the high will be at 81 degrees today.
I'm missing that.
All right, tomorrow is 81.
I'm missing that.
Why? Why you missing that? And you want to be there?
Hey, that's why I'm not there, because I'm missing it.
No, you're missing it because of that. All right.
You know what I mean?
Well, folks, remember in the tri-state area, we're expecting some rain. Chance of rain is 20%. It'll be kind of sunny, you know, and a bit cloudy at the same time, you know. So 1 minute you'll get some sun, next minute you'll see some clouds. So hey, but it is what it is. It's a beautiful day, no matter what. No matter what, it is a beautiful day. All right. So once again, greetings to all the folks on the Facebook Live. Lady P, how are you doing today? How is Toronto feel? What's the weather like in Scarborough today? A matter of fact, what's like in Mississauga? I know I'm gonna hear it. Cool. All right, so we have the national report as of yesterday for you guys right here, coming out of the GIS, Grenada Government Information Services. And we're going to go to that right now.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs announces diplomatic representations for the upcoming cycle. Details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Friday, October 12th, 2018, I am Rakisha St. Louis. The Minister for Foreign Affairs says after considering the recommendations of the ministry, the Cabinet of Grenada has approved the composition of Grenada's diplomatic representation for the upcoming cycle. Ms. Yolande Smith, currently the Deputy Consul General in Miami, is now appointed as Ambassador to the United States of America and Permanent Representative to the Organization of American States. Ms. Deanne Parrott, currently the attaché at the mission in Washington, D.C., is now appointed as Deputy Consul General in Miami. Ms. Keisha Grant, former press secretary to the Prime Minister and currently an officer in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has been assigned as the non-resident High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. Ms. Abby David, who holds a PhD in International Relations from the China Foreign Affairs University, has been appointed as ambassador to the People's Republic of China. From August to November 2018, she is assigned to the Grenada's mission to the United Nations in New York. She will assume office in Beijing in December. Mr. Michael Mitchell, technical advisor at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has been appointed as Chargé d'Affaires at the Grenada mission in Beijing, China, from August to December 2018. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says diplomatic representations in Cuba, Venezuela, Belgium and Canada remain the same. The government of Grenada says it is compelled to respond to recent statements made by the president of the Public Workers Union, Ms. Rachel Roberts, aired on local media, in which she inferred that she has been informed that Nawasa has been sold to a Chinese entity. Government says it has not in any way sold, divested or transferred Nawasa or any part thereof to any entity, Chinese or otherwise. It adds that Nawasa remains a statutory body owned by the government and people of Grenada. In a statement, government said it is unfortunate that such a reckless statement would be made by someone who could easily verify its accuracy, and is calling on Ms. Roberts to retract that statement, which only serves to mislead and unsettle the nation. Government continues to invest heavily in the human resource of the country, and the newly launched Empower program is tailored to bring about attitudinal changes and sustainable employment for young men. The Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and the Arts officially launched the program on Friday at the Grenada Youth Center. The $6.2 million program targets 500 at-risk young men throughout the 15 constituencies.
This Empower program that we are undertaking through the Ministry of Youth is in response to what we have seen in recent years. By and large, our young men are being left behind in academics and in the professional world. Our young ladies continue to blaze the trail. And while we applaud this, and we continue to encourage the initiative and drive of our young women, we understand that we have to move swiftly to guarantee our young men at least have a chance for a better life, and also to be good partners for our young women. Through this program, young men will gain specialized skills that are in line with their goals and passions. They will be able to start their own businesses in their own areas of interest. The choice is theirs. We simply are happy that we are able to assist them on this journey.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and the Arts, Kevin Andel, says the program is geared towards improving the marketability and employability of the participants.
The objectives of the program: to provide quality training for approximately, as I said before, 500 young males, ages between 18 and 30 years. To provide a source of financial assistance for training, and I want to say that again, to provide a source of financial assistance for the training and the costs associated with the training through a provision of a stipend for the 12-month period. Also, to facilitate an apprenticeship training program for at least 2 days per week for the duration of the 12 months. To create a small business fund which participants can access for the creation of small businesses after 12 months of training. To create an education fund which participants can use to further develop themselves academically during that 1 year. And to improve the marketability and employability of you young men through capacity building.
Expectations are high for the newly launched program. Project Officer Royden Bihari pointed out that the ministry and the participants must all play their role in ensuring the success of the program.
As a ministry, we expect participation in the program, and we expect our participants of this program to break the barriers and aim high. Take the opportunities and take the program seriously, and use it as a stepping stone to enhance your career. Display a high level of respect for each other and the work environment. Participate meaningfully in contributions. Display a high level of attitude towards authority, to teamwork and leadership while in the program. Set realistic and achievable goals while in the program, and be open to learning new things, confronting new challenges, and exploring new and innovative solutions. But finally, be professionals.
This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then said the story here, babe. Crack, 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 crack. And the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office.
A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Welcome back. The Special Victims Unit says reports of sex crimes have increased. Woman Detective Constable Samaika Fari says since the establishment of the Special Victims Unit, more persons are coming forward to make reports. The unit and hotline were launched in September to address domestic violence, sexual offences and child abuse cases. The ministry, the RGPF and other stakeholders have joined forces to stage educational seminars and marches geared towards stamping out the social ills. Woman Detective Constable Fari says the most prevalent report to the unit now is sexual intercourse with a person under 13. She attributes this increase in reports to the enabling environment that was established.
Like persons are coming forward, they're reporting it. And I believe right now, since we would have launched that Special Victims Unit, like persons have more, they're comfortable. They feel comfortable coming forward and reporting it, because when they came, I remember 2 persons came to the office like the first day and they were like, wow, that's a comfortable place. We make it office friendly. Yes, it's friendly. And when they come in, it's like they feel relaxed. And what I'm saying is that yes, the reports are coming forward, but that doesn't mean that the issues were not there before. But they feel, okay, well, the police were here for you now, so we're going to come forward because we feel more comfortable. And we have that place to accommodate these individuals. Yes, the most rapid or the increase, yes, we have an increase in reports. But what I'm saying is that we have, like, the report that we get most is sexual intercourse with a person between the age range of 13 and under 16.
Detective Constable Fari shared the unit's strategic action plan to get some more cases solved and more reports made.
We started doing outreach programs not only in the school but on a PTA level, because we realized the parents, we needed to educate them as to the signs, the effects, what they need to look for. So the child start having temper tantrums, and they never used to have that before. Emotional trauma, breaking down, silent, bedwetting. These are some of the effects and so forth. So as a result, our low self-esteem from a very intelligent, brisk, outgoing child, outspoken child, to a child that's very, introverted. And you understand, the parent would come with, oh no, she's very rude. And I'm like, okay, so from that person to this person, what do you think, what would have changed? What would have caused that cycle? What did you observe in the home that's different? You understand? So, or she complained about stepdaddy would have touched her. What did you do about it?
And finally, the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs has embarked on a process to revamp student councils in Grenada's secondary schools. This was marked by an initial student council meeting on October 2nd at the Grenville Secondary School for District 3, attended by Education Minister Honorable Emmeline Pay. We'll have more details in this and more report. report.
Grenada has a rich history of student councils and student council advocacy. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs Student Support Services Department is leading the task to fulfill the requirements of the Education Act of 2002, Section 71, which stipulates that each secondary school must have a student council elected by the student body.
Many people complain that students who leave the school system don't have as much initiative as you'd want them to have. And one of the ways to address this is through the formation of students' councils. We want students to become very much involved in the decisions at school that affect you. We want you to have a voice.
In the Students' Council, it helped me to be a better leader and to be a better prefect. And, well, to me, I find like students really like me, and I didn't even know that, because I got the most votes in the Students' Council, so it helped me to be a better leader.
Let me share with you some of the advantages of having a Students' Council. One, to have a beneficial impact on issues such as discipline, bullying, and staff-student relations. Two, to develop communication and leadership skills, responsibility, and accountability. And finally, to be a valued resource to management, teachers, and other students.
Some people told me that they find that I have a good self-esteem, I can speak to public, and I could just be a good president. It was very frightening, but then I could manage, and I'll make my school a better place for my students.
I think it is useful because students should have a voice, and not everything the upper head say we agree with it. So I think we should have a voice so everybody could feel comfortable, and maybe we'll see a production within the students.
I was thinking that the student council could work along with the prefect system in terms of establishing order, in terms of being respectful to teachers, wearing the right uniform.
Student council meetings continue each Tuesday until the end of October 2018. The meetings are expected to increase awareness among students about student councils and to assist the ministry in achieving its goal of having a national student council by the end of the current academic school year. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
That story just brought the curtains down on the National Report for today, Friday, October 12th. Let's recap the top story. Ministry of Foreign Affairs announces diplomatic representation for the upcoming cycle. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for viewing.
Once again, that was a national report out of the GIS, Grenada Government Information Services. It is market time. I'm Spice from the Immortal One. Greetings to Lady Tina. Thanks for sharing. Lady Fran, thanks for sharing, folks. We would appreciate if you could like and share the video. Yeah. It is now 7:22, 22 past, 22 minutes into the second hour. I don't know what Captain has in mind or what he has up his sleeve, but I don't know if you have any information he needs to dispense. But I have a bit of information I got to share with you, the listeners. And it goes in the form of this. In the Supreme Court of Grenada and the West Indies Associated States High Court of Justice. Alright, that's where it's coming from. Notice, the general public is advised of the following. First, sitting of the Court of Appeal will commence on Monday, October 15th, 2018, to Friday, October 19, 2018, at the House of Parliament at Mount Ellendale, St. George. All right, and then. And then the second one, all criminal matters scheduled for hearing before the Honorable Justice Paula Guilford will resume on October 22nd, 2018 at High Court Number 1, Church Street, St. George. All civil matters scheduled for hearing before the Honorable Justice Ralston Glasgow will also resume on October 22nd, 2018 at the House of Parliament. Again, and you know where the House of Parliament is, right? For those who don't know, the new building that looks somewhat has the appearance of the United States White House and one of the Roman, what do you call them, arenas. You know, the gladiators arena with all the pillars. Yeah.
Led me to think that okay, let's not go there.
Go, man.
I mean, you see it have the appearance of the White House plus the Roman arena. So the Roman arena I can deal with.
Right.
I mean, because they were warriors. But right now the White House thing look like the White House thing. I mean, you're bringing a from style. You know what I mean? So
but the brother is a warrior. He fighting every day. He fighting with himself. He fighting with all the friends, all the staff. He fighting every day. never ending battle with this one.
You know,
with that one.
And he's fighting the truth.
And he's fighting the truth.
Yeah.
He's fighting
so
the truth.
That I must say.
You know, for some reason, but at
the end of the day,
I go take
on the wheels.
I go take on the wheels of your chair.
Hear this now. Let me
rolling out of focus.
Let me just big up my brethren, Faziel Osborne. Hey, bro.
You and he had the same last name?
Yeah, man.
And all you're not related, right?
Oh, you know that.
I hope it's so for
his
sake.
Yeah, man.
For his sake, I hope he
never
be related to you.
I'm a brother from another mother.
Ah!
Just in case you didn't know.
Well, I found out, and there's one bit of information I could have do without again.
Yeah,
but
you ask.
You know, I don't know why.
Yeah, because you knows it.
It's because of my journalistic instinct.
No,
you know,
no. Your macociousness.
He keep putting him in dire trouble.
You see, you can call it, you can put any spin you want on it.
I'm putting butter on it, man.
You know.
Butter in the top.
Yeah. Butter the salt, though.
But you know, I have, some people have a sweet tooth. I have a salt tooth. Lady BB Curve, what's good? Happy Saturday to you. How you doing? And BB Curve, I know you're viewing via the Facebook Live. And if you see a boy Cockney in the middle of the Captain and I, it is because we are paying homage to him. He has passed on yesterday morning, approximately, to be exact, at 12:50 in the AM. 10 to 1 yesterday morning, he left this earth. All right, so that's why we have his picture posing right there next to the captain. And between that, and another thing is, he's a mediator between the two of us. Because if Courtney wasn't standing there, they don't punch that one in the jar already. There'll be some really? Lashing and weeping.
Well, I'm telling you, and this is not what Cockney is about, You know, this is so unlike
Cockney's character.
I'm telling you.
Listen, that brother was something else, man. I mean, there are times some of the DJs or the personnels in here would have pissed me off. You know? And Cockney come on, he's like, yo, Spice Ram, don't worry about it, man, don't worry about it. I'll talk to them. I'll talk to them
listen,
for you. You know? He always in the middle of just, I'll talk to them for you, Spice Ram. Don't worry. Just go ahead and do what you do, and then get everything running as smooth, because you're the only one can get that done, and I will handle that for you. I'll have a conversation with them.
I remember the first meeting we had,
right,
in studio. You know what I mean? And it's like he was the only one. Whatever he was saying, it was so constructive. Everybody's hype
Yep.
and it's like
he's like the well oiled professor in the room.
Everybody hype and just stuck on him say, boy, for him say, Spice Ram. Hey, everything good, right?
Listen.
Him say, Captain, big up here, son. Everything. So you are the captain. He say, yeah, man. You know, but you know, first I was surprised at when I saw him, right, and realized that this is Cockney.
Yeah, you're looking for somebody totally different.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
The mannerism.
Totally different, man.
You know,
doesn't match.
Pleasant. The man just like him voice sound. That's how he is in real.
Soft like sponge.
But I was looking for a more
robust brother.
Yeah,
you
know.
Yeah, more robust brother. But you won't believe, you know. You know, one of the guys I had the most tremendous time with, you know, I can never remember his name. From the time I got the news about Cockney yesterday, I'm trying to remember the brother name so I could call him. All this morning, I'm sitting here 5:20 something this morning, trying to go back in my phone to see if his number is in there. You know, and it seems seemingly, and maybe I've deleted it. You know, you pissed me off long enough, hard enough. Some point, you gonna get no. I'm talking about the one from Lavantil, from Trinidad.
Yeah,
that used to come on a Sunday.
No, the guy, and he was here.
He was in the meeting too. Yeah, I know. Father Gong, if you're listening, help us out, brother. You know, I just can't remember the brother's name, and I'm not making fun. I'm not trying to be funny or anything. You know, and it kind of bothered me because you know he okay, he's cool. You know, he was just stubborn and hard to deal with. You know, but I need to remember his name. I really need to find out. You know, have a conversation with him pertaining to our, you know, the loss of our brother Cockney. Like to say greetings on a Saturday, going out to Lady V out there in Mississauga. How are you doing today, Mr. Neelan Ross? Morning. Hey, Zingo, madman. What is the LOL about? Zingo, what you laughing for? Zingo, you in no position to laugh, you know. you just travel straight across the board. When you hear,
whoa.
When you hear Zingo,
really?
When you hear Zingo, and you see Zingo, he matches the name, you know.
You actually are accusing.
I'm accusing
a person of being not 99%. 210% trouble.
First of all, First of all,
yeah.
You're not privileged to dispense that information, so I'll share it with you. All right? His name is not just Zingo, you know. His name is the Madman Zingo. So you understand now, right? You catch it now?
Yes.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Good. Once you catch it.
Yeah.
All right, so folks, we have some parang. I'm going to give you guys a bit of parang in a minute. Yeah, man. We have some new parang coming up here. Touch on it. We have some new song out at TNT. We're going to touch on it. And we got to touch on all these things, you know, quickly. Because at 9 o'clock, we should be joined by Legal Mind to have a discussion via the telephone lines. All right, today, sadly, we does not have Icon of the Caribbean. We do have one in that we would like to present, but because of last week's issue and this week, he is tied up. I'm not going to make mention as to who it is going to be, but pretty soon, hopefully next weekend, God's willing, we'll be able to have him shine a spotlight on that magnificent brother. All right, yes, he's a gentleman. And then the next week we're working on a female. Yeah, trying to get his female, you know, in the spectrum of the Icon of the Caribbean. All right, so the government of Grenada is compelled to respond to recent statements made by President of the Public Workers Union, PWU, Miss Rachel Roberts, aired on local media, in which she inferred that she have been informed that Nawasa has been sold to a Chinese entity. Oh, Lord, these people wouldn't stop. Why? The government of Grenada has not in any way sold, reversed, or transferred Nawasa or any part thereof to any entity, Chinese or otherwise. Nawasa remains a statutory body owned by the government of Grenada and the people of Grenada. It is unfortunate that such reckless statement would be made by someone who would easily verify its accuracy. The government of Grenada therefore calls on Ms. Roberts to retract that statement, which only served to mislead and unsettle the nation. Oh my gosh. Note from the government of Grenada. Government response to PW boss on the sale of Nawasa.
So fake news not only happened to
in the US to Trump.
My president.
Your president.
Yeah.
Finally, it's about time you take about time you take responsibility for the the error you have in the White House.
The right honorable.
Where you right and how you
the
honorable?
Prime Minister of Grenada.
Yes. Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't realize this is where you're going.
That's what happens when people don't listen.
You
understand?
You're
They
right.
don't listen.
Right.
But that wasn't an error. Right? But that's how it is. People, you catch it. You know, you heard it for yourself. Right? He said, no, I'm not going to say. He didn't say that. But he actually was implying, right? I'm talking about the Prime Minister of Grenada, and he's referring to Trump. You see what I mean? So I don't know where him get that, or him tying both of them. You know, I don't see the correlation.
Who you talking about?
There you go again.
You see, you have me lost right now because I'm focusing on my work.
You what?
I'm focusing on what's ahead of me, what's in front of me. You know, and you over there just jabbering,
right.
you know, and you know, you're showing me off.
Hi, Jasmine. How you doing, baby girl? Big lady. Another family member, Jasmine Osborne.
What?
No, you see, him can't believe we're so large and in charge.
No. I ain't not a matter of large and in charge. I can't believe that so much people share your last name. And you're so prudent.
That's what I'm talking about, large and in charge.
It's kind of troublesome. It's a troublesome feeling. All right, listen.
You don't see trouble yet?
It's like one of them Friday the 13th feeling. It's eerie.
No. This is Saturday the 13th. And it could only happen on the 13th.
On the 13th?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Friday or Saturday.
Oh, wait. Today is the 13th in June.
See?
All right, so folks at the moment now, let's just get some music going. All right? We're going to come back and give you some birthday greetings. And we still got a bit of information we got to dispense. But in the meantime, between time, you know something, Captain, before I do this, let me do that. Let me do this right here.
Listen to yours truly, DJ Cockney, right here on NoyzRadio.com, WeVibes.com.
Think about this. Your products and services. You want everyone to know about it, right? So, call us today and we will let the world know what your business is all about. Many stations, different places. In fact, we're all over the world. Advertise with us today. Call WeVibes Radio 94.9 FM at 718-209-9816 or 718-701-9473 or at 646-368-0752 or send us an email at wevibesfm@gmail.com or noizeradio04@gmail.com. 94.9 FM.
Saturday, November 3rd, the Coconut Bar in Backstreet comes alive for this massive event. Sister Isles Radio Anniversary Party. Sister Isles Radio This is going to be an event to remember, featuring live string band music from the Grand Central Serenade alongside Sister Isles Radio DJs. Admission $10 to enter. Plus, receive a complimentary drink on entry. Lots of attractive prizes to be won, so you can't miss it. Saturday, November 3rd, Sister Isles Radio Anniversary Party. The Coconut Bar will be turned up.
Our Grenadian people are proudly Caribbean, and we continually strengthen the bonds of the people of the region as together we embrace our collective destiny. We are the children of Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley, of Vivian Richards and David Rudder, as Caribbean as West Indies cricket, and as Caribbean as the University of the West Indies. We are reggae, we are soca, we are one vibration. Break the chains of colonialism for one united Caribbean. The Caribbean Court of Justice, proudly ours.
Rising out of the ghetto, third world stagnation, reaching out for tomorrow with a world vibration.
Looking for that fun and exciting radio program with a difference on a Saturday? Tune in to Caribbean Choice from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Saturday on this station, featuring the best music of the Caribbean, trending news, and get a chance to weigh in on the hot topics. Caribbean Choice will keep you up to date on the movers and shakers of the Caribbean, at home and in the diaspora. Hosted by Enos the Genius. Caribbean Choice on this station every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 12
Gotta big up the one and only Spice Ram alongside the captain. And remember, you can catch those brothers each and every Saturday morning with the Market Time radio show from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Thank you, Cockney. Thank you, but I know you could leave out Captain voice mention of Captain in there, you know. Yeah, man, you can leave him out. Once again.
I get 2 mentions, you know, here. And the.
Yo, still
you see what you see the designation.
Yo, still,
you know?
Listen. You heard your name called.
It's like when it's like when the Queen knight you, you know.
Yo, watch your touchable.
I knight you, Sir Knight.
Watch your touchable.
You hear him say. You hear him put it. Spice Ram, and the.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, watch your touchable. I feel comfortable when you touch it. I find you sitting management.
I'm not tempted to touch, you know. Just remember that. Just in case. You know what I mean?
In the meantime, between time, I'll give you something. One of the voice favorites. Voice of Sugar Minot. I want to take this back all the way from the T.O.P. Let's go.
As you would call him, Booga Minot.
Yeah, how things are running, way down here. Hear me now. Time's so hard, but I gotta take it easy. Things moving so fast, better watch how I go. Time's so rough, but I gotta take it easy. Things moving so fast, sometimes I gotta take it slow, and you know, hey. See, age can make waves, and if you're not careful, certain things will bounce back in your face. It's hard to keep up with the pace, but it's better to be in the back than fall out of the race. Got to stay focused to survive in this time. Can't be a fool, you got to be wise, cause there's so much things that people try to keep you down. Fight hard to keep yourself from off the ground. Yeah, check it out. Time's so hard, but I gotta take it easy. So moving so fast, gotta watch how I go. Time's so rough, but I gotta take it easy. Things moving so fast, sometimes I gotta take it slow. Don't you know? Hear this, trying to make 2 ends meet. Lots of temptation, they put at your feet. Life is hard, but life is sweet. Don't jeopardize it till you want big out the street. Now go sell out and do certain things just to vanity. Hey, now go out and do certain things against humanity. Although time's so hard, still I take it easy. Things moving so fast, gotta watch how I go. Time's so rough, but I gotta take it easy. So moving so fast, sometimes I gotta take it slow. Yeah, and don't you know, sometimes that's how it goes. Hey, check this. Somebody can't hold the struggle. I'm rushing to things, but when you check it out, a beer bangarang it brings. You can't get rich quick and life is gone. Yeah, go on. Hear me, man? Don't stress out yourself or think that's far away. Yeah. Give thanks for the little that you got right here today. And try no more, although time's so rough. You gotta take it easy. Things moving so fast, gotta watch how you go. Time's so rough, but I gotta take it easy. Things moving so fast, sometimes I gotta take it slow. Yeah, I gotta take it slow.
Once again, the voice of Sugar Miner on a Saturday market time.
Great Sugar Miner. Father Gang.
Where you see Father Gang?
Father Gang.
You see the Peter, man?
Call in Father Gang. Never talk to you. Call in.
Hold on. You ain't get the man the number to call in. You tell him to call in. You know, you sure Father Gang know the number to call in? Have you ever shared that bit of information with him?
All right.
Which number you calling?
Hear this now. Father Gang have every number for reach either one of us.
Right, but you know, right now,
which one you want him call?
The same one. Right now, Father Gang. Head, you know, in a.
Give me a call upon this somewhere. 718-209-9816. All right.
When you call, make sure it's Captain answer the phone, eh? Right. Sure.
Brethren. You know something, I'm big up my brethren Trevor. Because
which one? Your friend that was in that big winter jacket last night. So
come on.
In the meantime, the voice of Luciana. It's a market time segment, and we honor our good friend, our good brother, the band Cockney himself, Adrian. In the meantime,
conversation, soul conversation. I wait now myself. Oh, I need to talk with the man in the mirror. See where he's been, where he's at, where he's heading to. Things today won't be the same as tomorrow. Keep the faith, still a mighty long way to go. Mighty long way. Just hold on, and keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Just hold on. Don't give up the fight.
Mad.
Oh no. No need to worry, cause with Jah you're so secure. Almighty Jah will only give what you're asking for. Then be patient and see what He has in store. The man in the mirror says he can take no more. Just hold on and keep hope alive. Just hold on. No, see, you must be kind to yourself, my friend, and keep reminding yourself to spend a little more time with yourself, and then you will begin to comprehend the works of the Father, the works of the Father, the works of the Creator, the works of the Creator, the works of the Father, the works of the Father, the works of the Creator. Just hold on and keep hope alive. Just hold on. Don't give up the fight. No, hold on and keep hope alive. Just hold on. Don't give up the fight. This is my talk with the man in the mirror. This is my talk. See where he's been, where he's at, where he's heading to. Things today won't be the same as tomorrow. He said,
Keep the faith still, your mighty long way to go. Just hold on. And keep hope alive. Just hold on. Don't give up the fight. Just hold on. And keep hope alive. Just hold on. Don't give up the fight.
We gotta hold on.
Can't
Can't
let
let go. Gotta keep hope alive. And sometimes you gotta have that conversation with that guy or that girl in the mirror from time to time.
Yeah, but the scary part about that is when that guy or girl in the mirror talk back at you. And I'm not saying the same thing that you're saying. That's what's scary. Hey, let me give a shout out to Miss D, Novelet, and family. How you doing, girl? Thing good? You see, it's not, sometimes it's what looking back at you in the mirror. You know?
Yeah, he poses a problem, right? A big problem too. It gets scary, folks. It gets scary. You gotta be mindful of that. Yeah. But what get even more scarier is if you standing there now responding to what is being said to you in the mirror.
No, that means you're gone. Ain't no scary about that. You're gone.
A couple of screws, all the screws missing now. All right, so I got something here by the man himself, Bushman. It's called King Selassie. As we hit a couple of reggae tracks on this segment right here at this juncture on the program, it is market time.
Oh Lord, people better know yourselves. Oh Lord, from the rising to the setting, it's the same. Emperor will never change. It's the same him who has come before. It's he who has come again. And if you read your Bible, a chapter a day, then you know yourselves. And let us all join hands and hearts together and give him all the praise in a new day. Who got eyes to see? Let them see. Who got ears to hear? Let them hear. Who got lips and tongues? Let them talk. The Emperor Selassie is king. Who got eyes to see? Let them see. Who got ears to hear? Let them hear. Who got lips and tongues? Let them talk. The Emperor Selassie is king. Oh, well. Oh, wait. Feel love. Contemplation manifests that the hurt is Jah and its fullness, and everything therein that dwell and rest. From the rocks it was taken and established on the floods. Who shall ascend into the hills of glory? Who shall stand in his holy place? Only he with clean hands and pure in heart shall enter in the kingdom of Zion. Who got eyes to see? Let them see. Who got ears to hear? Let them hear. Who got lips and tongues? Let them talk. The Emperor Selassie is king. Who got eyes to see? Let them see. Who got ears to hear? Let them hear. Who got lips and tongues? Let them talk. The Emperor Selassie is king. Oh, down, baby.
Once again, the voice of Bushman, King Selassie. On a Saturday, it's market time.
However wise and almighty,
a rainy market time. Where all the bargains flowing.
Surely they can see. all day. And the man who boasted himself, he should be your best. You know, got eyes to see,
let them see.
Got ears to hear, let them hear. Got lips and tongues, let them talk. The Emperor Selassie is king. Got eyes to see, let them see. Got ears to hear, let them hear. Got lips and tongues, let them talk. The Emperor Selassie is king. Keep them talking. Keep them talking.
You gotta keep them talking. It's market time. I'm Spice, so I'm the immortal one. And before you say anything, I like to send a shout out, and it's going on the pipeline, down the Caribbean pipeline, as we will say. All right, and it's going out to a beautiful family member out there, and she goes by the lovely name of Martina. You know what I'm saying? My little cousin out there in Barbados. Special shout out to her on this beautiful Saturday morning. Well, you looking at me as though I cannot family.
No, that's not what I'm saying, you know. I'm not saying that you can't have family, you know. But if you're saying that she's beautiful like this Saturday morning, then
I didn't say she's beautiful like this Saturday morning. Yeah. That's not what I said.
Okay.
She's beautiful.
You
know, that's
on a beautiful Saturday morning.
On a beautiful Saturday.
Well, this Saturday morning ain't beautiful. It's raining.
To you, I love the rain.
You're the umbrella salesman.
I love the rain.
Are you an umbrella salesman?
I sell umbrella, raincoat, water boots.
Okay.
You know, all accessories.
That's why you don't show up in dry time.
Wiper blades.
That's why you don't come around when it's bright and sunny.
Nope.
Oh, you're a snowman, you'll melt. But here's something.
I'm cherry when it rains, man.
We're going to take a different road today with the food of the day.
Yeah.
Because we're going to ask the Facebook crew to send in
a menu.
And
we're
going to choose.
What I feel like eating today.
Yeah. I'm going to choose the one and we're going to say it. We're going to use it. All right? So...
But I can just stop right now and I can just tell you oil long.
No, watch me now. You know, not this, now.
You can't tell me what I ain't and not in.
Didn't I just do it? No, didn't I just do it?
The technically you did.
Yeah, so why you going to tell me I can't do it?
Say it again.
And I did it.
Say it again.
No, man, you won't do it once, man.
You're disobliging hearted.
That's me.
You're brave, say it again.
I don't eat it and you want to talk me in my food mouth. But really?
Spoil your eating habit today, right there.
Before breakfast.
Long before breakfast.
Hey.
So in the meantime, folks, before we go
he who keepeth his mouth, keepeth his
teeth and tongue. Before we go into the birthdays, I want to leave you guys with something here by the man Busy Signal. This one's let's take it from the TOP, all the way from the top, family, all the way from the top.
Ladies, reaching out to my boobs, my love is true, true, yeah. Only for you, you better believe me. Really love you, really, really love you. And I never put no one above you. Really love you, really, really love you, girl. Promise I won't let you go. Girl, I really love you so. Now I gotta let you know that I will make time for you, even though I'm busy. Ain't no worries, girl. I will never cause you pain. I will be your shelter in the pouring rain. Baby girl, it's simple and plain. Our love is getting higher than a soaring plane. No matter what's the touring, are you alone the scoring? That boy, the way I tell you things, I tell you to ignore him. I try wreck the relationship, asking them what the worry. The bag of Easter, she says, you better hear what me say. Busy says, promise I won't let you go. Girl, I really love you so. Now I gotta let you know that I will make time for you, even though I'm busy. Ain't no worries, girl. My door is open to suggestions, cause we can work things out without aggression. no need to fight, we not fi draw no weapons. Calm, humble and meek, that me weapon. Yeah. Willing to work with you if you work with me. Now go treat you like how Bobby treat with me. Girl, I never leave you. This is you. If you stress out me, day I feel relieve you. Promise I won't let you go. Girl, I really love you so.
The voice of Busy Signal.
Now I gotta let you know that I will make time for you, even though I'm busy. Ain't no worries, girl. Yeah, in my life is where I want you to be. And a cartoon thing, this I not tell it to me. I wanna marry you, so go tell you mommy. We joining hands together in holy matrimony. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Whoa, girl, I really love you. Never leave you alone, 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 alone. Promise I won't let you go. Girl, I really love you so. Now I gotta let you know that I will make time for you, even though I'm busy.
Once again, Busy Signal say he will always make time for you, even though he's busy. Busy as his name. You know what? I have a question in something he said in that song, you know. How he know how Whitney and Bobby treat Whitney. You know, I heard that track in that part of the song there. Kind of, I mean, you know, wondering. Oh, was he there?
Well, guess what?
You know.
What's his name? What's his name?
Oh, Busy Signal.
Okay, that means
you get that signal?
No, him is the phone line. And that is in time Bobby called Whitney, the line always busy.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Well, if you put it like that, yeah.
Or else could I put it?
If you put it like
unless
that.
he's a fly on the wall.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Ah.
All right, so
well,
we continue. I wonder. Got something from the man Christopher Martin right here, lined up on the #1 turntable. Let's take us all the way from the TOP. Hard Talk family. Greetings, it's market time.
I've had my eyes on you for a while. You're like my TV, baby. I can't stop watching you. There's never a time I don't think about having you, girl. You are a sight to be seen. If this is a dream, I hope that nobody wakes me up. Now is the time for me to think of a line, 'cause there's no room for mistakes. Hey baby girl, what's your name? I'm being real with you, this is not a game. I hope my timing's right, 'cause the music's right. And I wanna know if I can get just all I'm asking you is for one chance. Oh, baby.
All you pretty ladies on a Saturday.
Baby, all I'm asking you is for one chance. One chance. Just to get a little romance. Romance. Yes, you know I want you. Pretty lady, pretty lady. Oh, pretty lady, pretty lady. Oh, can't believe this is happening. The floor is ours for the taking. So place your body right next to mine, and let this be our favorite song of all time. Baby, after tonight, you'll see love in a different light. You'll be anticipating what we're creating, and starting with just one day. Yes, baby, you know, yeah, yeah. Tonight it's for me and you, ooh, baby girl. Hey, one chance, baby. So, sing it with me one more time.
Once again, the voice of Christopher Martin on a Saturday goes out to all you pretty ladies. I know it's coming from the Spice Ram. I don't know about the Captain thing, Captain busy right now in his thoughts. He can't shut
I
up.
only know beautiful ladies.
You only know beautiful ladies.
Yeah, no, the pretty ones. It said pretty looks ain't all. Got to be beautiful. And that's the ones I know of. Beautiful ladies.
All the beautiful ladies, not the pretty ones.
Yeah, especially this little beautiful little lady out in Jamaica, Miss Nafia Curtis. Girl, how's your Saturday going? Hope it's going great.
Kiss up, kiss up, kiss up.
Whoops.
Kiss up, kiss up.
Yep, yep. What can I tell you? That's what it is. That's what it is.
It is what it is, right? I ain't changing that.
Hell no.
All right. Miss Vicky Martin, greetings to you on a Saturday. How you doing today? All right, so folks, at this time, normally at 8 o'clock, we go into the birthday greetings. And topping the list, Captain, I know. What? We're going to go to the birthday greetings right now. And you know something? Hold on, folks. You got to bear with me one moment. Got to bear with me one moment. I got to do this. And then we go to the birthday greetings. All right? Please bear with me.
Listen to yours truly, DJ Courtney, right here on NoyzRadio.com.
Think about this. Your products and services. You want everyone to know about it, right? So, call us today and we will let the world know what your business is all about. Many stations, different places. In fact, we're all over the world. Advertise with us today. Call We Vibes Radio 94.9 FM at 718-209-9816 or 718-701-9473 or at 646-368-0752 or send us an email at wevibesfm@gmail.com or noyzradio04@gmail.com. 94.9 FM.
Saturday, November 3rd, the Coconut Bar in Backstreet comes alive for this massive event, Sister Isles Radio Anniversary Party. Sister Isles Radio Party. This is going to be an event to remember, featuring live stream band music from the Grand Central Serenaders alongside Sister Isles Radio DJs. Admission $10 to enter. Plus, receive a complimentary drink on entry. Lots of attractive prizes to be won, so you can't miss it. Saturday, November 3rd, Sister Isles Radio Anniversary Party. The Coconut Bar will be turned up.
Our Grenadian people are proudly Caribbean, and we continually strengthen the bonds of the people of the region as together we embrace our collective destiny. We are the children of Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley, of Vivian Richards and David Rudder, as Caribbean as West Indies cricket, and as Caribbean as the University of the West Indies. We are reggae, we are soca, we are one vibration. Break the chains of colonialism for one united Caribbean. The Caribbean Court of Justice, proudly ours.
Rising out of the ghetto of third world stagnation, reaching out for tomorrow with a world vibration.
Get up! It's time to vote for Caribbean Court of Justice. Stand for something, my people. Man are ready to vote. The people ready to vote. I said they're ready to vote. We voting yes for Caribbean Court of Justice. We voting yes, 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 yes for Caribbean Court of Justice. I'm telling you, I go in and vote. You go in and vote. We going and vote, Caribbean Court of Justice. She going and vote, he going and vote. They going and vote, Caribbean Court of Justice. Grenada is a little island down here in the Caribbean. We've been through a lot in my lifetime, even revolution. And I must mention Hurricane Ivan. My dream is to see all the island come together as one. We voting yes for Caribbean Court of Justice. We voting yes, 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 yes for Caribbean Court of Justice. I'm telling you, I go in and vote. You go in and vote. We go in and vote. Caribbean Court of Justice. She go in and vote. He go in and vote. They go in and vote. Caribbean Court of Justice. My people, remember, November the 6th, Caribbean Court of Justice is the best choice.
All right, that's the voice of Mandela Links, and you know that if you watch me, if you're familiar with all the music of the Greater Carco and Pity Martinique for 2018, you know that rhythm, right? You know that rhythm, Tombstone rhythm right there. One of the top tunes in the world right now in Calypso. Mandela Links, once again, congratulations, my brother, on such a fantastic job. All right, somebody says, Spice Jam, you are no longer a Sagittarius. You have a whole new zodiac sign, something, I know, he disappeared. I had to go back and find the message. All right, so folks, at this time, every Saturday, at this time, when the market time segment, we go into what is called the birthday greetings and the celebrating corner, all right? The first folks that celebrating birthday and, you know, maybe anniversary or whatever you're celebrating, all right? We extend a shout out to you and yours. And today we stop in the list and get your thoughts together real quick because you only have one time at this. You this fella right here. You got one time chance at it. You one chance at it. And then at the top of the list,
Chinaman.
Yeah, the blackhead Chinaman. The top of the list today, we sending a happy beloved birthday greetings, and it's going out to Miss Kathy Ann Ragu Sauce Ragu, and wishing you a happy birthday. And it's coming from myself, also from Jade and Jailing. Three of us wishing you a happy birthday on behalf of everyone in your family circle here in New York, in Trinidad, Florida, and around the world. Once again, wishing you a happy birthday, and many more to come. You got 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Okay, and from the captain, I wish you a very pleasant day and this year Earth Strong. And may you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. And may each and every step you take today bring you closer to what you seek to find. Happy birthday from me and my family to you.
Wow. You kind of overrun the 3 seconds, but anyway. All right, as we continue, we have Kareem Hilaire of Balthazar St. Andrews celebrating 10 years today. Henry Jones of Dunfermline St. Andrews. And this birthday greeting is coming from your loving daughter, Lindona, and she would like to wish you a happy birthday. Kevin Jones of Dunfermline, attached to Telescope Primary School. This birthday greeting is coming from your loving mother, Hermelin, and your brother, Roger, wishing you a happy birthday. His Ron Millet of Adelphi, Birchgrove, coming from your loving wife, your daughter, your mother, Rosa, and your father, Paul, your grandparents, especially Monica and Matthew Sayers, and other relatives and friends wishing you a happy birthday. Anselm Alexander of Lower Capital resides at Hartford Village. Family and friend would like to wish you a happy birthday. And we move to Cortland Bus. Okay, there is a typo in this one, I would assume. Let me see if I could Google it, come back to it. All right, we got Father Frederick. And no one will seem to know where Father Frederick resides. But Father Frederick, wherever you are, we'd like to wish you a happy birthday. Trevor Hutchison, former principal of Tivoli RC School, family, friends, and all of your present and past pupils and parents who like to wish you a happy birthday. Kimron Noel of Post Royal St. Andrew, happy birthday is going out to you from your loving family. Garfield Smith of Calvin St. George, the family and friends would like to wish you a happy birthday. Ruth Bain of St. George, happy birthday going out to you. Sophia Williams of Montreal St. Patrick's, family and friends would like to wish you a happy birthday. And then we go to Cobus Hamilton of Hope, celebrated 12 years today. Your mother would like to wish you a happy birthday. It's coming from your brothers, Livy, your mother, your father, your aunt, Ago, and other family members and all of your friends. Urban Mason of Munich, a teacher of the Munich RC, and his birthday greeting is coming from your loving wife and your children, especially LeSean, wishing you a happy birthday. Richardson Kayak, aka Richie of Victoria, and your family and friends would like to wish you a happy birthday. And we move to Najaya Philip of Fontaine, St. Mark, celebrating 6 years today. And it's coming from your mother, Janice. We move to Miss Kaya George, a.k.a. Mayor of Telescope, celebrating 8 years today. Lyndon Bihari, a.k.a. NATO of Shantymill St. Patrick. And this birthday greeting is coming from your son, Lyndon, and your sister, Yvette, wishing you a happy birthday. Shirley Robinson of High Street in Sotels, happy birthday going out to you. Alison Frederick of Concord St. John, and this birthday greeting is coming from your mother Agatha, your father George, your children Denison, Ariel, and CJ, all of them coming together to wish you a happy birthday. Dwight Frank of Vendam St. George, and this is coming from your family members and a special friend Tavi, wishing you a happy birthday. Kayla Fletcher of Appetite St. David, celebrating 4 years today. It is coming from your mother Jennifer, your father Sheldon, your grandmother Miss Lorna Fletcher, aunts, uncles, other family members, and all friends, wishing you a happy birthday. Candice Penny of Sote St. Patrick, birthday greeting is coming from your cousins Levy and Key Bruce, wishing you a happy birthday. Somali Noel of Bamboo Bar, Delphi Birch Grove, a birthday greeting is coming out to you, and wishing you a happy birthday from all of your home circles. Jeanette Lorraine Houston of Waltham St. Mark's, and this is coming from your mother Dolores, your son Kyle, other family members and friends. She will be traveling to America on her birthday, so the family and friends would like to wish you bon voyage. And as we move forth, we move to Hannah Monroe of Frequency St. George, celebrating 4 years today. And it's coming from your loving mother, Ivana, a.k.a. Nana, all your sister, your aunt Nivon, your cousins, and your grandmother, Jacqueline Monroe, all of them wishing you a happy birthday. Jada Matthew of Harvey Vale in Carriacou, student of the Bishop's College, and it's coming from your loving mother Denise, other family members, and all your friends, wishing you a happy birthday. Ricky Ross of Concord in St. John, and this birthday greeting is coming from your special friend Miss Evelyn Pierre, wishing you a happy birthday. Oh, Althea Blackett of Grosse Pointe St. Mark, the birthday greeting is coming from your 7 children, especially Erlin, 19 grandchildren, other relatives, and all your friends, wishing you a happy birthday. Jadon James of Montparnasse, student at the St. Mary's RC, you are celebrating 8 years today, and it's coming from your mother Akira, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, other family members, and all of your friends, wishing you a happy birthday. Gerard Jones, a.k.a. Little Things of Post Royal in St. Andrew, you are celebrating 2 years today, and this birthday greeting is coming from your mother Natoya, your father Jerry, your sister Lee Rose, and your brother Nickel, all of them wishing you a happy birthday. Crystal Thomas of Latin St. David's, attached to the James and Talbot Tasty Food. Yeah, everyone who's like to wish you a happy birthday. And when it, many more to come. There's something here, can't say that. Katira Thomas, who resides in Canada, and this is coming from your grandmother Anastasia Bernard in the land of spice, where everything is nice, wishing you a happy birthday. Brian Grant, PRO of the Public Workers Union, everyone would like to wish you collectively a happy birthday. Nicole McQueen, aka Magician, on Boss FM, and this birthday greeting is coming from your loving family members and your aunt Evelyn Smith, wishing you a happy birthday. So to all the folks that celebrated the birthday yesterday, we wish you a happy belated. Those that celebrating today, wishing you once again happy birthday. And if you're celebrating tomorrow, God's willing, and tomorrow's segment, the Sunday Jamboree, we will shout you out and extend love and greetings and salutations to you at that point. And this is roundup of the Market Times birthday celebrated list. Miss Eleanor led greetings on a Saturday. How are you doing there? Also saying shout out to Miss Brenda, Lady Phillip, greetings. You know, your boy there, you know, your boy called out sick for a whole week, you know. Now let me ask you a question. As a union rep, yeah, is he entitled
yes
to monetary
yes
payment?
Yes.
Even though missing week, he
Yeah.
he didn't bring a doctor note.
No need to.
He didn't bring a doctor note.
No need to.
He didn't come in and say he's feeling well.
No. If you come in, you can't come in and say you're not feeling
Why
well.
not? You bring up personal notification.
So what?
You bring a notice in person.
No.
You know.
No,
he didn't send his wife Brenda to say that he ain't feeling well.
If you
his little son.
If you're feeling well enough to come to work to tell them that you're not feeling well,
then you
might as well work. You wouldn't say that?
No, boss, I just come to tell you, feeling too good today.
But in the meantime, in between time, let me give a shout out to Miss Donna McKay Ennis out in West Palm Beach. How you doing, Donna? And Miss Maxine Pinkiloo Mason, my girl. You know that. Nothing can change that.
All right. So once again, folks, I like to say extend get well greetings going out to Devon. Mr. Romain. Hope you feel better and well enough to report to work on Monday.
I know you heard what he said, you know. And
yeah,
jealousy raised its ugly head. Because he ain't no union. You understand? So anytime him choose to call out sick, him can stay sick permanently. You understand? With no monetary him not getting paid for it. You understand? Plain and simple. But because you're in the position to call out sick and get paid, jealousy raises ugly head.
Listen,
but don't worry about it. I got your back.
Call out sick. Yeah. I could call out sick. And
right now you're sick because you ain't getting paid.
Right. You see, that's it. I sick every day because you ain't getting paid.
There you go.
You understand?
There you go.
But I will pay myself today.
Most people call out, you call in.
Yeah, I just call you. But I will pay myself today. No?
There you go.
Mr. Kevin Watson, boy, finally you show up. Everything is good on our end. What's good on your end? All right, so folks, remember to play the National Lottery. Yes, man, play the NLA. If you don't play the lottery, you don't stand a chance. And if you play the lottery and you had the ticket in your possession and you ain't checking it, doesn't mean the longer you keep it that you definitely win, right? Check it, PJ. Check the tickets. Check the tickets.
Long as you don't check it, you're a
win.
millionaire.
Yeah, man, you win, man. You
don't want to be poor again.
So you never check
don't
it.
Look.
All right.
Good.
So this is we're giving you the lottery results for Friday the 12th of October, and that is a lottery that played on the land of the Tri-Island State of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The winning numbers for the Playway midday draw is 14. The symbol Old Woman. I wonder if that old woman picture is Talpri. Just a joke, folks. Just a joke. Once again, the midday draw, the number is 14 and the symbol is Old Woman. And we go to the winning number for Playway evening draw, the number being 15. Number 15 is the winning number, the symbol Lizard. Once again, the symbol Lizard. Winning number for the daily pick 3. Well, go with it quick. This is New York. We talk about Grenada here. Grenada is daily pick 3. Pick 3 midday draw. The numbers are as follows: 2, 7, 8. And to recap, winning numbers for daily pick 3 midday draw. The numbers are as follows: 2, 7, 8. Winning numbers for the daily pick 3 evening draw. The numbers are as follows: 5, 6, 0. And once again, daily pick 3 evening draw, 5, 6, 0. And then we move to the daily cash 4 midday draw. And I think I won this one, you know. Yeah, I think I won this one. Amadi boy, check my ticket. Numbers are as follow: 3, 0, 0, 2. Once again, the numbers are as follows: 3, 0, 0, 2. Daily cash for midday draw. And according to Shaggy does say he nearly win the lottery. You know, he nearly win. He only missed it by 5. In my words, I ain't come close to losing, but I ain't get one number.
Yeah, but in other words, if you had gotten lose by 4, you'd almost win.
Yeah, almost win.
Oh, 5 nearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So in the meantime, between the daily cash flow evening draw, the numbers are as follows: 8, 6, 4, 9. And to recap, daily cash flow evening draw: 8, 6, 4, 9. The lotto results for Friday 12, 2018 of October as follows. Now these are the lotto numbers: 5, 8, 19, 23, 31. And the free ticket letter F as in free. Or F as in Frank. I lose again. I lost again. To recap the lotto numbers for Friday the 12th of October 2018: 5, 8, 19, 23, 31. Free ticket letter F as in free. There were 157 match 3 winners paying $12 and 5 match 4 winners paying $375. There were no lotto jackpot winner. The current estimate lotto jackpot is now $220,000 EC. Plenty money. Get your tickets. Alright, and we move to Super 6 results for Friday the 12th October 2018. The numbers are as follows: 4, 6, 12, 15, 18, 19. Free ticket letter D as in dollar. Woo! The dollars you might have won. And once again, numbers for Super 6, Friday the 12th of October 2018. The results are numbers 4, 6, 12, 15, 18, 19. Free ticket letter D as in dollar. And we go for to say there were 68 match 4 winners paying $34 and 3 match 5 winners paying $635. There were no Super 6, the jackpot winner. The current estimate for the Super 6 jackpot is now $455,000. Congratulations to all the winners. And folks, remember to play the NLA because they support sports culture and nation building.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Okay.
Hold it until hold it for intermission.
But this is intermission.
So
that's
you
why
say,
I have the question.
That's what you say. We ain't have no proof is intermission.
Okay. The picture that you have the symbol. Right? Is it the picture or
you have the picture? You have the playway
symbol. That's it. The both of them come with a symbol.
Right, playway.
All right.
Evening and midday.
Okay, so what if you have the number but you don't have the symbol? Are you still a winner?
You'll have to take that up with the members, one of the members from the NLA.
Yeah, so because you always
I'm not in the position to answer that.
Yeah, because there's always a symbol.
Right.
Right. So I figure they go hand in hand.
The possibility.
So if you have the number, you don't have the symbol, you're still a loser.
Yeah, the possibility.
And what if you have the symbol and you don't have the number?
Well, you know something, the number, the symbol might be just a bonus.
A bonus
to the numbers.
Okay, so
it's a possibility.
So if you
we're
have
just speculating here.
Yeah. So I would say it's a bonus. Right. You have the number and you have the symbol.
Right.
You get that extra. You get something extra.
Possibility. Yeah.
Possibility.
Yes. And remember, we're not certain. We are just speculating right here.
Well,
all right.
Well, you research that.
Management, if you could get someone from the NLA office to verify those questions first, it will be gladly appreciated. All right, gladly appreciated. All right, so we have half an hour before our phone guests arrives via the telephone. You know, let me see what is this message that they put up in here about your one and only here pertaining to do my what do you call it? Your sign.
The zodiac.
Your zodiac sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What is all these messages inside of here? Captain, you don't check your messages, Spice Ram, you're no longer Sagittarius. You have a new sign, a new zodiac sign, all to yourself. Wait, I wonder if it's safe to share this picture here, boy. So let me see if I find Sagittarius. Yeah, I find it, but I'm not quite understanding. You know what? I gotta go back to this.
You get a new designation.
Yeah, I gotta go back to this. At a more opportune time. Not right now. Yeah, this could pose some dire consequences. Ryan Bruno, good day, sir. How you doing today? All right, so at this time, at this juncture, folks, we're gonna share some sweet parang with you. Yeah, man.
Well, it's Christmas time again. It's wonderful.
Del Toro, Puncha Cream.
When Christmas time reach down by me, if you see all of them ladies, some coming from all overseas to get their puncha cream from me. But they like how it does look, and they like how it does taste, they like how it does feel. But they touch a lip on the place, throw away your puncha cream. If you're here out there shouting, throw away your puncha cream. This whole day that they drinking, throw away your puncha cream. Hiding cases they buying, I can't know without your puncha cream. It's Christmas. Some of them coming real early, and walking with one set of money. They say the things so thick and creamy. I want it now to fill my belly. Some bring it the mother, some bring it the sister, and put it on the finger. Let's go feel the texture. Throw away your puncha cream. If you're here out there shouting, throw away your puncha cream. This whole day that they drinking, throw away your puncha cream. Hiding cases they buying, I can't do without your puncha cream. It's Christmas. One day a girl just goes through the door, and say she never had it before. She eye open wide when I start to pour. She drink out all and asking for more. The girl love me the spice, it make it be nice. This thing like a new vice. Come again and just give me twice. Throw away your puncha cream. If you're here out there shouting, throw away your puncha cream. This whole day that they drinking, throw away your puncha cream. Hiding cases they buying, I can't do without your puncha cream. It's Christmas. When Christmas time reach down by me, if you see all of them ladies, some coming from all overseas to get their puncha cream from me.
Parang.
But they like how it does look, they like how it does taste, they like how it does feel. When they touch a lip on the place, throw away your puncha cream. If you're here out there shouting,
Greetings, Lady Kathy. How you doing today?
throw away your puncha cream.
You in time for the parang, eh?
I can't do without your puncha cream.
That's the voice of Del Toro. True. Throw away your puncha cream. You know, Captain, that is not something you'll hear asking questions, not even in the form of singing. You know, Captain, where your puncha? You don't match your 40.
No. I don't punch the cream.
As soon as Christmas happens,
you don't punch the cream.
No. Hey. The same thing I always hear.
I got something to give you. Let me give you this.
Out the door. What His presence they're looking for. I leave them alone in their greedy zone. Only when they want something is when they call in your phone. So I come to give, hey, hey. I come to give, I come to give. I come to give. And let me tell you why I give it right now. Cause giving is the reason for the Christmas season. Nothing more for them than someone what they want. Say giving is the reason for the Christmas season. Nothing more for feeling than to give someone what. So I come to get them, yeah. I come to get them, take that. I come to get them, yeah, 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 yeah. And I hope you like when I get here this. And I get here that.
And I give you that.
I told Lord I give you this, and I give you that.
There goes.
I give you this. Lord. Get them. All them children want to know. Telling parents which store to go. Big woman watching the man. Hey. So watching his bag to see what in the hand. Is one set of cards, everybody passing the road.
Hey, Chinky,
let's call me Santa Claus.
What you getting daddy for Christmas? Let we go.
To give.
I know I'm giving you. In the meantime,
I come to give. I come to give. I give it all
Captain only giving heartaches. Pains.
Right now, just giving is
that last. That's a long lasting.
I give always giving, eh?
Yeah.
Giving is the reason for the Christmas season. Nothing more for feeling than to give someone what they want.
Once again, that's Sigero.
I come to get them. Take that.
Sergio.
Yeah.
What's good?
I hope you like when I give you this. You like that, brother? And I give you that. So you like this one.
And I give you this. And I give you that. I don't understand Lady Fran talking about she making she putting she in the mood for she punch a cream. Lady Fran, all I do is come in your fridge. All I do is visit your fridge. Let me go.
I sit down one day and I plan this how I doing this Christmas thing, cause I just think it's serious. When it coming to me Christmas and I'm beating any line, cause it could happen at any time, and I don't care how far I have to go with my friends. I only do see them once a year. You see me crew in Trin City. I have the basket for Christmas. And Bologna. I have the basket for Christmas. You saw us? I have the basket for Christmas. Crazy Kenny J and Myron B. I have the basket for the Christmas. And I'm passing. Oh yeah yeah. I'm running. Hi hi hi. And I'm passing everybody. Oh yeah yeah. I'm running. And we the season is here. Staff party, house party, parang band. Once it have Christmas, I am there. In Coconut Drive where I grow up, I have the basket for Christmas. San Juan Santa Cruz must make a stop. I have the basket for Christmas. Paramin and San Chiquito, I have the basket for Christmas. And I must bless up my girl Coco. I have the basket for the Christmas. Once you call me, I go pass. Once you call me, I go pass. Once you call me, I go pass. Christmas I don't play it. Once you call me, I go pass. Once you call me, I go pass. Once you call me, I go pass. Christmas I don't play it. And I don't care how far I have to go with my friends. I only do.
Once you call me, I go pass. So hear this.
Everybody on the avenue. I have the basket for Christmas. The Spanish girls come and tell I must do. I have the basket for Christmas. In every band, every ministry. I have the basket for Christmas. All you have to do is invite me. I have the basket for the Christmas. And I'm passing. Oh yeah yeah. I'm ringing. Hi yeah yeah. And I'm passing everybody. Oh yeah yeah. People ringing. And we hi-yi-yi. The season is here. Staff party, house party, parang band. Once it have Christmas, I am there.
Johnny works on Christmas.
Early Christmas morning, I am a front door knocking. I wanna peep through the curtain. It's my good neighbor Shami. Ask she what happened to she, and why she come here so early. Yeah, with the woman telling me she just wants a little Johnny bad, bad, bad. She said she was Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker. What she want? Johnny Walker. She said she need Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker. She love Johnny bad, 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 bad. She know Johnny hard, 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 hard. She don't want no ginger beer, and she don't want nose, and she don't want no orange. She don't want no punch of grape, no offer, she no punching. She want Johnny bad, bad, bad. Hey, she said she want Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker. What she want? Johnny Walker. She said she need Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker. Just a little bit of Johnny. The woman harassing me. She want me bring out Johnny, and I must crack the sleeve for she. She tell me don't hide it up, boy go fast and bring it out. She don't even want no cup. She put in the bottle in she mouth. She love Johnny bad, bad, bad. Hey.
That's the voice of Nico.
Johnny Walker,
Johnny Walker,
Johnny Walker.
All Lady Kathy wants, all this friend wants.
Johnny Walker.
Hey,
red or black?
Princess Nia.
Red or black?
I don't know the color.
Johnny Walker.
I'm colorblind. I was not privileged with such information. You know something? I like to extend congratulations, and it's going out to a boy there, the 4-year-old star that had the soft talk radio program on a Monday to Friday from 10 in the a.m. Congratulations to Mr. Sheldon Scott, coming from the Market Time crew.
Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker. What she want? Johnny Walker. She said she need Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker. She said she want Christmas vibes volume 4, Marcia. Marcia promise to give me a parang. Aye, aye, aye. It's because I can't wait no more. Aye, aye, aye. I don't buy everything already. Aye, aye, aye. A parang get us to the core. This music sweet, so sweet. I can't wait no more. Tell me when you're going to come. Tell me when you're coming. Tell me when you're going to come. To start the paranging.
You can't just show up. You have to tell me when you're coming.
Tell me when you're coming. Tell me when you're going to come. To start the paranging. When you're coming. Tell me when you're coming. When you're coming. I want to know when you're coming. This music sweet, so sweet. I can't wait no more. Tell me when you're going to come. Tell me when you're coming. Tell me when you're going to come. To start the paranging. Tell me when you're going to come. Tell me when you're coming. Tell me when you're going to come. To start the paranging. This is the only time of the year. Aye, aye, aye. I just invite everyone by me. Aye, aye, aye. To bring good tidings and bring good cheer. Aye, aye, aye. With me and my family. This music sweet, so sweet.
Yes, Lady Kathy. Yes, Lady Kathy. Certainly. Tell me when you come.
Tell me when you're coming. Tell me when you're going to come.
You wouldn't hear those words from Captain, you know. And if you do hear those words from Captain, tell me when you go come.
Tell me when you're going to come.
When you reach, he not there.
I said promise to sing all she hits.
He does say that is an early notice for him to leave.
Right
she won't hear that because when I leave.
You do what?
She won't hear them words because I'm not leaving. I'm always there.
You're right.
I will tell her when I come in. My daddy already.
No, she's well when they come in. Easy now. The mind of some people. Hey. That's the voice of Leo Caldero. We're gonna go to Mr. Roger George with the bipolar Christmas. All you hear it.
This Christmas I am running alone. It will be just me and my iPhone. I wake up to find the whole house empty. Like everyone gonna leave I and me. But he don't like to share. Eating and drinking everything here. When the whole family come back, they go get a scare. I see them leave a ham on the stove. I eating that. I picking my teeth and I find a glove. I eating that. I happen to see a dozen pastel. I eating that. I eating all till my belly swell. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. But I don't like to share. Eating and drinking everything here. When the whole family come back, they go get a scare. Ayya! Boonga! Hey, I need something for me, you know. Don't eat everything. Boy, you want to leave something for the family? Hey! Let me go! Viva! Hey! This Christmas I am running alone. It will be just me and my iPhone. I wake up to find the whole house empty. Like everyone gonna leave I and me. But he don't like to share. Eating and drinking everything here. When the whole family come back, they go get a scare. I see them leave a ham on the stove. I eating that. I picking my teeth and I find a glove. I eating that. I happen to see a dozen pastel. I eating that. I eating all till my belly swell. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. But I don't like to share. Eating and drinking
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you call me back?
Yeah, you say you want to extend greetings to your partner next to me, so I give you the opportunity. Yeah, he listening to you right now.
Hi, Captain.
What's up, bro?
Hope you have a good day.
Well, I was having a good day, you know, before I came in. But once you come with mixed company, you know, things kind of get, you know, off track, you know.
Yeah, because you ain't say nothing, so I'll bust you up.
You see, that's what I'm telling you, you know.
All right, then.
Guilty by association.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Everything good?
Okay. Yeah, cool now. Cool for the time being.
Hey. And it can only get better, right?
Well, we have to.
Hey, so it go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, can't get any worse. And like them say, when better can't be done, let worse continue.
You know.
All right, my friend. Catch you later.
What we gonna do?
Hey, do what we can. That's it.
All right, brother. Blessed. Yeah, the voice of the man himself, the Campesh. Blessed Saturday, my friend. Management.
It's me.
Sure.
We drinking. It's Christmas morning. I eating that. We drinking.
I eating that.
I eating that. Christmas morning.
That's the voice of Roger George. Bipolar Christmas.
See they leave a ham on the stove. I eating that. I'm picking my teeth and I find a glove. I eating that. I happen to see a dozen pastel. I eating that. I eat it all till my belly swell. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that. I eating. I eating that. We eating. I eating that.
My belly full now. My belly full. All you. My belly full.
Woo! Bad mannered child. Well, that conclude our parang tease for today. Yeah, man. Catch us tomorrow and we're gonna give you guys some more, alright? We give you a little bit more of the parang feeling.
Hear that?
Wow.
Just in case you didn't know, that was the man Campeche himself chatting to the captain. And like we always said, cheers, so it go. You know what I mean? On a rainy Saturday in New York City. He's having fun in the sun.
There was a few things I was supposed to be doing today, but as it was brought to my attention that it's raining, I think I will have to put those on back on the chopping block, you know.
Rain don't stop nothing in America.
The only thing rain stop is cricket. But he gonna
stop play cricket.
He gonna stop my progress today. That's it.
Oh, yeah, that match to play.
Yeah, man, that match to play today, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All the gun that your whites get dirty.
And I can afford for my whites to get dirty right now.
Yeah,
hence the reason why they're saying don't wear white after Labor Day.
That's why we have laundromat.
I ain't laundry no mat. I laundry no mat. So as it continues Saturday morning, family. Market time, we're gonna give you something like this. Lord of mercy.
That's impossible to do. Cause if you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me. Come on. I don't know what to do, so I'm pleading. Plus you ain't give me no reason. You tell me this is the end of the season. Mash up everything, dress so. But you don't understand when you watch me. I said I see that I win the lottery. How you go pick up dress so and then dump me? No, baby, no. But you pack all my clothes in a garbage bag. You put it on the ground by the roadside. You tell me get out your place to come inside. Baby, don't do me that. You go break my heart. Can't believe you're ready to give up on me just so. Cause if you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me. No matter what I say, you are hearing. You say the love disappearing. On the drawer and cupboard you're clearing. Mash up with dress so. When I met you, Marshall tell me that is a trophy. So if you throw away the thing, it go hurt me. No, baby, no. But you pack all my clothes in a garbage bag. You put it on the ground by the roadside. You tell me get out your place to come inside. Baby, don't do me that. You go break my heart. Can't believe you're ready to give up on me just so. Cause if you want me to go, you can be looking.
Like to take good time to say greetings. Extend greetings to Enos, the cricket genius.
If you want
Light Network family. Coming up at 10. Caribbean Choice. Right now. Right now.
Because you're hooking me. You done hook me already. Could it be your cute pretty face? Could it be the oil in your waist? Make me feel like I had to chase you. Hook me already. Girl, you're smart, you know how to spend. Where you take care of the children. This should never end. But if you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me.
The maddest radio station on the island, CRFM
89.5. Give me a wine now. Give me the wine that I want long time.
about a year or two.
Brand new.
What we go do? Long time. Been a while we a bust a line. Nothing ain't changed, 'cause you still look fine. Look how you looking fine. I thought you hiding. I thought you went foreign. Look how things happen now. Look how things happen now. So let me hug up and squeeze you. I don't even want to leave you. I don't know when we'll bounce up again. So let me take a little thing until then. So long I see you. Give me a wine now. Give me a wine now. Give me the wine that I want. Long time, long time, long. So long I see you. Give me a wine now. Give me a wine now. And let me make up for all this time. Make up for all this time, Lord. It was just last week when I called your name. I did ask your friend and them. When last did they talk to you? So long I ain't talked to you. Go funny, you're in my sight. Didn't know you was here tonight. It looked like you're doing alright, like money running real nice. I thought you hiding. I thought you went foreign. Look how things happen now. Look how things happen now. So let me hug up and squeeze you. I don't even want to leave you.
Oh my gosh.
When we bounce up again.
Nadia Batson.
Until then.
So long I ain't.
Give me a wine now.
At the top of the hour.
Give me a wine now. Give me the wine.
We're gonna join
long time, long time.
Mr. Ruggles Ferguson out of Grenada.
Give me a wine.
One of Grenada Caracol PT Martiniques.
And I will make up for all this time. Make up for all this time.
Most
glad to see you.
educated legal minds.
Time. Let we just take out.
In the meantime, between time.
Together and rock away the whole.
On the market time.
Glad to see you, my friend from go. Don't even want to go.
As we live for our brother
together and rock.
Adrian DJ Cockney up.
Give me a wine now.
And send our prayers
Give me a wine now.
of the prayer vine
Long time, long time.
to his loving family, his kids and his wife, his
Give me a wine now.
mom, his brothers, his sisters.
Make up for all this time, Lord.
We know that in the time right now, this time, it's a lot of pain in the family. But we have to remember one thing. He's in a better place. He is in a lot, much better place. All right. I know sometimes that is not comforting. But the way he at now, he feels no pain no more. So we continue. It's market time. Well, why you so quiet all of a sudden now? You eat 4 or something?
Yeah.
You eat arrows post or something?
Yeah, man.
And 4 across the throat? Disrespectful.
All of that. All of that.
So in the meantime, well, man, I'm going to go on the music, you know. I'm going on here in the music seat. You only got 3 minutes. 3 minutes before Mr. Ruggles join us. Let me see what damage you can do in 3 minutes.
My attitude is mine. My attitude is mine. Anything that lies in front of me is mine. My attitude is mine. My attitude is mine. Anything that lies in front of me is mine. One took it away, 2 took it away, 3 took it away, I dare you. I dare you. 1 took it away, 2 took it away, 3 took it away, I dare you. I dare you. I put up the fence, she pushed back hard, put me out on the fence. Lad, just out of placement, she said, call it accident. I am the friend, drinking until me head break. Lad, girl, what I recommend, skinny hoe, she let me go for the friend. Cause you're a person of interest, all about gets money and invest. Lad, all the madness, you're getting off very bad in a tight dress. Girl, you are impressed, fabulous, get money and invest. Boom, all of the madness, you're getting all very bad. My attitude is one drunk and think before I reach by the gate. I don't give a damn who want to talk, I don't want no shame. As long as I from women and super hydrate. Cause them is the simple things in life I appreciate. Just give me the rum, just give me a gal. Play so music, it's pure bacchanal. With all of me friends, and money to spend. No stress on me head, nobody don't know when they go dead. One night I had to live so whole night I drinking, whole night I jamming, whole night I whining down. When the liquor hit me, it's whole night I drifting, whole night I drifting, whole night I jumping down. When I
your phone. Texting your boyfriend whole night isn't it with you he's supposed to be. He over there fetting whole night, you over here stressing your life when there's only one you have to live. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no. Tell me to go so I could leave if I would intervene. She said no, no, no. That look like trouble in the morning when the niggas start to walk up, when the music start to pump up, and the girl ready to ramage. Trouble in the morning when I'm nowhere close to sober, when the party I was over, and everybody ready to jump and whining, no me, don't care if he friend them hold me. I hear where this man supposed to be. Why is he seen boy? I don't want to cause no drama, but that bam bam hold me mama. I just wanna take you home with me. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no. Tell me to go so I could leave if I would intervene. She said no, no, no. That look like trouble in the morning when the niggas start to walk up, when the music start to pump up. Oh girl, I'm taking you home with me. Trouble in the morning when I'm nowhere close to sober, when the party I was over, and everybody ready to jump and wait. Ready to jump and wait. Take your time and hold a vibe and free your mind and lose yourself in the music, music. Yeah, yeah. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no. Tell me to go so I could leave if I would intervene. She said no, no, no. That look like trouble in the morning when the niggas start to walk up, when the music start to pump up, and the girl are ready to ramage. Trouble in the morning when I'm nowhere close to sober, when the party I was over, and
That's what we're talking about. Lady Jax, Lady Kathy. Oh my gosh. Talk about tune, eh? We're gonna do that for you, Lady Jax. We're gonna do that just for you. Just because it's you, eh? From the top.
Partly but you juke in your phone like you're texting your boyfriend whole night. Isn't it with you he's supposed to be? He over there fetting whole night, you over here stressing your life when there's only one you have to live. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no. Tell me to go so I could leave if I would intervene. She said no, no, no. That look like trouble in the morning when the niggas start to walk up, when the music start to pump up, and the girl ready to ramage. Trouble in the morning when I'm nowhere close to sober, when the party I was over, and everybody ready to jump and wait. Ready to jump and I tipping and whining, no me, don't care if he friend them hold me. I hear where this man supposed to be. Why is he seen boy? I don't want to cause no drama, but that bam bam hold me mama. I just wanna take you home with me. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no. Tell me to go so I could leave if I would intervene. She said no, no, no. That look like trouble in the morning when the niggas start to walk up, when the music start to pump up. Oh girl, I'm taking you home with me. Trouble in the morning when I'm nowhere close to sober, when the party I was over, and everybody ready to jump time and hold a vibe and free your mind and lose yourself in the music. Music, yeah, yeah. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no.
That's the voice of Vaughn.
Me to go so I could leave if I.
The morning after rhythm.
She said no.
Trouble in the morning. No. Grenada Carcool Petit Martinique 2018.
When the music start to pump up.
Calypso season. I wonder what 19 gonna be like. It only could get better. It only will get better. Alright, so folks, I hate to cut the music because we have to join, but we have to join Mr. Ruggles. He's standing by to come in on the segment. But before we join with Mr. Ruggles, I'm gonna play for you guys right now, you beautiful listeners, and those who know the voice as we know him, Adrian DJ Cockney. Captain, this is our last phone conversation with Cockney via the telephone on the night of our pilot of the Adult Corner show. You remember that show?
Yeah, I remember
right.
that really well.
Right. So we're gonna go right now to the voice last phone conversation. DJ Cockney last, which would be his last call-in conversation on the air, because normally when we're on the radio, many a times he would call in, all right, or we text in, you know, and no matter what, many a times, folks, he'd be laying in a hospital bed, I mean, just not in a frame of mind to do anything, because a lot of times he didn't even want visitors. But once he get that post that one of us is, or the show is going on in some way, shape, or form, we gonna hear from him. He's gonna message us. All right. But if I see a message from him now, y'all, you know I'm running. I out of here. If I only see a message from him, no. Show done.
And it took so much out of him that night, you know. Just to make that call. Just that call. And I'm telling you, it was well received.
While he was making the call, before he make the call, his therapist was waiting right there, you know, because he had a therapy session, and he had to be nurse Cindy. Once again, the guy, I gotta say thanks, you know, on behalf of the entire family, you know, everyone, you know, for, as he said, for being the person that you are. A wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Trinidadian nurse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so this is the voice. Our last phone conversation with him, which would not be my last, because I spoke to him a couple of times after that. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
All right.
The voice calling in. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
All right.
Let me see if I can get this right. Hello. What's up, Cockney?
Good night, Spice Ram. How are you?
Well, listen, I'm going to merge a call with you. You're on the air, live on the Adult Corner with Cypher Key and myself and all the beautiful listeners. But your good brethren is on the other line. I didn't hang up on him, so I'm going to just merge the call so we all go be on the dialogue, all right?
Okay. Good,
all right.
Good.
So, Captain, Captain, watch your language. No, not speaker. Big man with studio high. Watch man with studio big. Big man, what's wrong with you? What speaker? Big man, you're on a conference line. You know. Watch me. It's only the lady could hear, you know. So talk to her. Hey, you.
Some dirty talk on the air right now.
Good evening.
Hello. Oh my.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great now. Wow. What do you want to say to me? Talk to me. Talk dirty to me.
Big up yourself.
If you see she toes curl, if you see how she toes curling, Captain.
Just all of a sudden now, he's feeling threatened because the voice is around.
So let's do a little role play. Can we do a little role play?
This is just a quick call, all right? So I just want to welcome Cypher.
Oh, thank you.
To the Adult Corner.
Oh, thank you.
And Spice Ram, you may have met your match. I'm not sure.
I'm behaving. I try, you see, as Captain say, sometimes you have to try to figure things out. You know, you might be successful.
I've I came here tonight hoping for a threesome, and now I got a foursome. I'm like besides myself right now. I don't know what to do. You guys are so amazing.
All of a sudden, Cypher, we've been in here all evening, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I see that thumbs up. The voice on the phone, and I see thumbs up going up. I see thumbs up. Things going up. Thumbs up. Yeah.
I can
it's
see
not
why.
me. It's his.
I
That
can-
voice.
I
That
can
voice.
see-
That
I can
voice.
see why.
Well, brother,
That's a very sexy
let me
voice.
let the brother say what you got to say because I know he can't be long. So, brother, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I can't speak long, but I just want to pick up all the We Vibes family, Noyz Radio family, Thumbs Up Radio family, Cypher's family and listeners, of course.
Thank
and I'll be on the air soon. I can't really talk long, as you know, Spice. Right?
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but I'm just calling to say good night, and the show is going well. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, thank you.
And hopefully this will continue.
Okay.
And grow.
All right.
All right.
All right, my brother.
Love
We catch up later, all right?
Very nice.
Okay.
All right, man. All right, brother.
Good night.
All right, Cockney. Be good.
All right. Okay, Captain.
And if you can't be good, be naughty.
Very.
All right. Then.
All right, my brother. All right.
Okay.
Once again,
Well,
folks.
hey.
That's the voice. Look at the amount of. Look over here. Look at the amount of. Thing going on. One man, I know. One voice coming. One voice. All kind of smile.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
So
All the
somebody
time.
get thumbs up.
Boy, watch me. I ain't even get you talking about thumbs up. All I get is fist. All right, folks. So that was our last phone conversation with the voice, the Cockney, one and only DJ Cockney Adrian. And as we know now, he will not be on radio with us any longer. He was looking forward to starting back again sometime this month or maybe next month, but it would not transpire, as we all know right now.
One thing we'll always have that to go back to.
Yeah, most
time,
definitely.
And while I'm at it, let me just give a quick shout out to Paulette and Robert out in Florida. How you doing, lady? Good.
You do the shout out already?
Yeah.
So quick? Good morning, Mr. Ruggles. Can you hear us, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Beautiful. We're hearing you loud and clear. All right, so folks, in the Market Time segment via New York and Grenada, we have Mr. Ruggles Ferguson with us on the phone line. So the ones listening via St. Lucia, South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, Canada, Grenada, the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Grenadines area. We are going to be discussing another aspect of the CCJ, which is the Caribbean Court of Justice. This morning, we can remember, folks, in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, the referendum date is November 6th, which is also the midterm elections here in the U.S. All right, but that one here ain't too important right now for us. Mr. Ruggles, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Okay, fine. Lots going on in the past, weeks and days, and intensifying, of course, as the days draw nearer to referendum. So it has been hectic, but the work has to get done.
Have to.
Lots of, public education activities taking place both at the media and community levels and workplace levels.
Mm-hmm.
And that is expected to intensify in the coming days as we come down closer to referendum. I believe it's about 25 or 24
days
to go.
24 days.
Indeed.
All right. So, we had the Prime Minister of Dominica was there. It was last Wednesday, I believe, at the West Hall Secondary School, enlightening the community, the folks around, and about the importance of the CCJ. How did that? We listened to it from over here also. But from your perspective, how did the whole forum went down from your perspective?
Right. Well, from all feedback, because I got there late from another session, So I actually physically got there when the Prime Minister was just concluding his remarks. But from all indications, from all sides of the coin and the comments, he went down very well, and he took a conversational approach and gave several examples, and his simplicity especially went well with the audience, because he was able to communicate with them. He's a great communicator, and he was able to communicate with them effectively. Of course, there is in the question and answer session, and you know, with these sessions, one tries to open the floor as best as possible.
Right.
So entertain, you know, exchanges and discussions. And this time, the Master of Ceremonies decided to take all questions and comments and then have the response at the end.
Right.
Probably, which was not the best thing to do, and that's in hindsight. Because what you actually have happening is that there is a particular, several individuals who summon a no campaign, and others, well, quite frankly, most on a no campaign, with one or two exceptions. And what they do is to try to dominate the mics at every session, the same faces at every session. There's going to different places.
Right.
Some people were quite upset with that. But again, my own position with these things is let the ideas come out in the marketplace and you deal with it. You deal with those ideas as they come.
As they come.
You face it. So several persons in the audience were a bit disgruntled. Especially where you have situations where the same people come to make the same points, same issues that were responded to in the last 3 or 4 sessions, are the same comments that are being made. So, for example, just let me give you by way of example. One particular individual feels, listen, okay, CCJ, yes. And I must say, one of the common themes that run through the campaign, even at the session in St. David's,
was
that everyone says, I support CCJ. Even the dissenting voices, even those who say vote no, say, yes, I support CCJ. But there is always the but.
The but.
So, for example, and just to use a sample of comments. I support CCJ, but that ought not to be the priority. So there's one guy who calls the radio station every day, attends all the sessions, and he makes the same point. Need versus wants. I support CCJ. I even support an imperfect CCJ. It doesn't have to be perfect for me, but it's not the priority now. It's not the priority now because we have, for example, in 3 elections in Grenada, in 1999, in 2013, and again in 2018, one party won all the seats. So therefore, what we should have is proportional representation. We should be focusing on proportional representation. Now, as I myself have responded to that caller in several programs, that listen, I myself support proportional representation, but the issue of placing the CCJ on the agenda now is not necessarily one of priority of an item over another item. We all agree that for all the reasons advanced, some of which we look at this program, but that Grenada ought to move to the Caribbean Court of Justice as its final court of appeal, as part of greater access to justice and everything else.
Right.
But he wants proportional representation. Now, the issue of proportional representation is one which would involve discussions and consensus for a while, engagement, because different people have different views on the form proportional representation should take. Even before getting there, I was surprised at the last, during our last referendum, when we went throughout the length and breadth of the country, the number of persons who were opposed to proportional representation. And I say again, I support it.
Right.
But there are several people, some of whom surprised me because I thought they would have been of a different mindset.
Okay.
Who feel that, listen, the winner should take all. If you lose, you lose. And basically, the winner should take all.
Right.
And so there is no common viewpoint. You can't get no two-thirds on a proportional representation issue at this point in time. One and two. The other issue, even though you agree with proportional representation as a form of conducting your elections and ensuring that you have additional members of parliament and the opposition is represented. There are different forms of proportional representation that I've heard intense debates among the scholars in that regard. So that's an issue in which you can go to a referendum on now. The CCJ from the last referendum, it got the second highest number of yes votes and the second lowest number of no votes. And generally, there is support across the political divide for the CCJ. The problem with the CCJ in the last referendum, well, it got cut up, one, with the negatives of all the other bills, one. And two, very importantly, it was a mixed bill. So in that CCJ bill, it was called CCJ and other justice-related issues. So there were other line items under the bill in the 2016 referendum, including the retirement age for judges.
All right.
One. Two, you had, which was the controversial issue in the weeks leading up to the referendum, which was what was called a code of conduct for public officials. And those public officials were intended to include from the Governor General down, ministers of government, Governor General, and public officers. And then in the weeks leading up to the referendum, some group started to push the line that the code of conduct was intended to manage public officers. Not public officials, but public officers. And then you had all these lines to try to prevent people from getting pension and right. And so even the discussion was not even on the CCJ, which was the main component of that bill.
Right.
But it became a discussion on the code of conduct.
Right.
And the code of conduct for public officers when it was supposed to be for public officials.
Right.
But when you get caught up in these debates and the confusion, then of course people would vote against the bill.
Yeah,
but even so, it got the highest, second highest number of yes votes and the second lowest number of no votes. And everybody was saying, we support the CCJ, but, and that's why for this referendum, you have now the CCJ as a single item on the agenda, save for the non-controversial issue of changing the name of our court from the Supreme Court of Grenada and the West Indies Associated States to the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court to bring it in line with the other 8 countries that share the court. The name of the court for the other 8 countries, 9 countries share the court. 8 call it the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. We in Grenada alone call it the Supreme Court of Grenada and the West Indies Associated States. But since independence, all the countries in the region, sub-region, achieved independence,
right,
that they are no longer associated states. So that is a non-controversial issue. And the CCJ is fairly non-controversial, but the issue being, whether it should be priority or not.
Okay.
And my answer to that question, and I continue to answer it, I know that particular guy would be on every day on the station saying the same thing about priority and that proportional representation is more important.
Mm-hmm.
But even though proportional representation is more important, let's even assume it is more important, then if you support that thing, you would vote no just because there is something else that is more important.
But then
and you support it.
And that's the thing.
That does not
make sense.
Follow any logic at all.
They don't make sense. Hold your thought for me, Mr. Ruggles. I want to introduce you to El Capitan, my co-host this morning. He's via Jamaica, resident in the U.S., New York. He has go ahead, Cap.
Yes, Mr. Ferguson.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My question, I have two questions, right? What is the most troubling thing right now in terms of opposition to the Caribbean Court, right, in the region? And the second one is, what would it take to, what's preventing or the naysayers from coming to terms with a Caribbean Court of Justice?
Okay, good. One, as I continue to say, I believe if people understand, the general mass out there understand how the court is structured, how it operates, and how it can benefit the man on the street, then we get 80+% of the vote. 2/3 will look like nothing. 2/3, we require 2/3 under the referendum. We could get 4/5. Once people understand and this mistrust is removed. So, for example, part of the general concern out there, and I'm talking about a genuine mass concern, is among the masses, is that could we really trust this court, boy? Will the politicians be interfering with the court? I think that's a genuine concern that people will have. And what's the answer to that question? The answer to that question is that the CCJ is one of the most independent structured courts in the entire Commonwealth, and possibly in the world, compared, for example, when I say world now, looking at the US Supreme Court, looking at the UK Supreme Court, and these other Supreme Courts, in terms of interference or involvement of politicians. The CCJ is a modern court that came into being in 2005, and therefore you learn the lessons and the deficiencies with other courts and you seek to correct it. And that's why it has this very independent structure. So, for example, the main two organs of the CCJ that protect independence is the CCJ Trust Fund, that is responsible for the financing the operations of the court, and two, the Regional and Judicial Services Commission, that is responsible for the appointment of judges. Two independent bodies, totally free of political membership or involvement. And so the CCJ does not have to depend on the annual budgets of the different countries to finance its operations. No. When the court was being set up in 2005, the various countries raised the monies alone through the Caribbean Development Bank, another regional institution, of 100 million US dollars to finance the court. And they handed it over to a trust fund to manage. They handed it over to a trust fund, an independent trust fund with bankers, accountants, insurers, lawyers, membership of the Caribbean Chamber of Industry and Commerce, membership of the Caribbean Congress of Labor, to manage these funds and to be responsible for the investment of these funds to make more money. And just to give you some statistics, in its over 13 years of operation, the court has spent over 80 million US dollars. The trust fund started with 100 million US dollars. And at the end of 2017, the balance in that fund was 87 million US dollars. And that is in the context of a bad economic climate between 2007, 2008, and up to very recently in terms of investments and so. So that court has spent 80 million plus US dollars and still has 87 million up to the annual report in 2017. $87 million still there. And those monies are expected to finance the court, what is called in perpetuity, forever and ever. It is only if there is, for some reason, more funds are needed, then you have to go back to Caribbean governments. But they don't control the management of the funds. They just raise it, and an independent CCJ trust fund manages it. With the appointment of judges, and we can compare it with the mighty US. And we had the recent examples in the United States. Because the CCJ is akin to the United States Supreme Court. It is a final court, just as the US Supreme Court is a final court. In fact, the US Supreme Court has 9 judges. The CCJ has made provision for up to 10 judges. Currently, they utilize 7 judges. But it's the final court just as the US. How are judges appointed? When a vacancy comes up, a judge retires, as we had Sir Dennis Byron retiring recently, then ads go out for people to apply. They apply to the Judicial and Legal Services Commission, that independent 11-member body chaired by the president of the CCJ. It has no minister of government on it, no politician on it. The bar associations, the University of the West Indies, the Council of Legal Education responsible for law schools, they are the entities responsible for nominating people to the Regional Judicial and Legal Services Commission. So the vacancy exists, you apply to the JLSC. The JLSC would conduct their interviews, and at the end of it, the best man is appointed to the job. You don't have to reference any politician. Compare that to what is happening in the United States of America with the US Supreme Court. When they talk about the US Supreme Court in the US, and it's supposed to be a highly respected court, a final court, you talk about liberals and conservatives. If a vacancy exists and you have a president from the Democratic Party, then you expect a Democrat to be appointed, to be nominated by the president. In the US, unlike the system going through a JLSC, in the US, the president nominates and the Senate confirms. And we have had all the TV coverage over the last 3 months with the appointment, with the nomination and appointment eventually of Brett Kavanaugh. And we saw it on live TV. What happened? A Republican president appoints a conservative judge. It then goes to the Senate. And you know what the final vote is? The final vote is what? 50-48? All the Democrats, save one, oppose him. All the Republicans, they want, support him. Straight politics. You don't have that in the Caribbean. You don't have those concerns because we have an independent court free from politicians, and that's how you judge independence.
But you know, but
who appoints the judges and who finances the court?
All right.
Those are the two critical questions.
Two critical points. All right, Mr. Ruggles, give me a moment. Captain, give me a moment. Yeah. I want to bring in Enos from Light Network in with us this morning. He's on via our Skype network. Enos, can you hear us? Hello, good morning. All right, he's seemingly, I don't know. We tested last night, it worked 100%. Enos, can you hear us? No, we're not getting a response from the brother, so apparently he's not hearing us. I don't know if you have it sorted out, but...
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Listen, morning, man, sir. Stop sleeping on yourself, man. What's wrong with you? All right, so Enos is there with us. Mr. Ruggles, can you hear him?
I'm here.
Yes, I'm just beginning to hear him.
All right, okay.
Hey, Enos. That's Enos the genius.
Yes, Enos the genius. All right, so we have...
Yeah, I'm hearing you guys. I've been hearing you guys for a long time.
All right, well, you wasn't responding. We didn't know if you fall asleep, you know, so... as Captain would say, take your elbows out your ears.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yes, indeed. There seemed to be a little bit delay on the line, apparently.
Okay. All right, well, let's try to work with it as best as we can. Or if you want, you can call in on the phone line. You have a choice. It's up to you. All right. So, Enos, you have a question for Mr. Ruggles?
Yeah, this delay is wrong.
Yeah, that delay is killing us. All right, so I'll have him call in on the phone line, and we take it from there.
Whichever will work better.
Yeah, the phone line will work better. So,
if I guess I can just go ahead and ask my question. Yes, yeah. I do. Let me do that. All right. So, I'm sure that in your previous presentations,
go ahead, man.
The last thing I heard was, I'm sure in your previous presentation.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna let him call in. He's gonna call in on the phone line. We're gonna we will accommodate him on the phone line. As soon as he calls in, we'll patch that call in. All right.
Okay.
Because there's a terrible delay. Again, we'll have to work those kinks out. Yesterday we was up until like 12 o'clock last night. Had everything sorted out. Once again, these things have a mind of their own. All right. So, Enos, you can give us a call at 718-209-9816, and we'll go ahead. Captain, as you were saying.
Yes. My other question is that the thing you mentioned the U.S. Supreme Court and the Caribbean Court of Justice and how the judges are appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. And I think that's what's troubling most of the Caribbean islands in terms of all these judges, because every Caribbean nation who is part of the CCJ would think that they would want to be able to nominate
the judges,
a judge, right? And in my mind and to your thinking, that sounds political, and is that what the CCJ is trying to avoid, the political appointees? Is that the case?
Well, precisely. That's why it's structured that particular way, and again, it's not structured that way by accident, because this debate on the CCJ was going on for a long time. And bar associations throughout the region have been involved in that debate. So, for example, in Grenada, in 1996, we introduced the Sir Archibald Ned Memorial Lecture. And actually, the first lecture was done in 1996. And at that time, bar associations in the region were engaging leaders with respect to the court and had two specific concerns in relation to the Caribbean Court of Justice. One was the appointment of judges, and 2 was the financing of the court. And in that first lecture, Sir Archibald Ned Memorial Lecture, it was delivered by Joseph Archibald, Queen's Counsel from the BVI, one of the leading lawyers there. And the theme was, that was in 1996, 22 years ago, essentials of a final court of appeal for the Caribbean. And in that presentation, 22 years ago, he identified, 1, as he said, bar associations throughout the region would support the CCJ once we are satisfied that there is an independent system for appointing judges, and 2, that there is the independent financing of the court where you don't have to depend on the budgetary requirements of government every year.
Okay.
And then once these 2 things are in place, he was representing the positions of bar association. And to the credit of the leaders, that was put in place through 1, the CCJ Trust Fund, as I just identified, and 2, the Regional and Judicial Legal Services Commission. So there is an independent mechanism for appointing judges, and unlike even our OECS court, because you know Grenada belongs to what you call the OECS court
Regional.
system.
Right.
The Eastern Caribbean is a sub-regional court system where you have, for example, 1 Chief Justice for all the 9 islands. BVI, Anguilla, Montserrat, Antigua, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Vincent, Grenada. So the same Court of Appeal, for example, that sits in BVI, Anguilla, Montserrat, Antigua, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Vincent is the same one that sits in Grenada.
Okay.
So 3 judges, a 5-member panel, they go throughout the OECS. So all of us don't need to have our own final Court of Appeal. Imagine if we had our own final Court of Appeal, that would have been 9 times 5 judges, 45
judges
for these small islands, because everybody wants to have their own thing. No, we're part of an OECS system. No, even with that system, you don't have the independent financing as what was introduced with the CCJ, because the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court depends on the annual budget from Caribbean governments, how much they allocate to the court. And they're supposed to allocate a certain sum. And right now, as the Chief Justice was complaining at the opening of the lawyer a few weeks ago, that listen, Caribbean governments, the OECS governments owe $22 million in arrears.
Wow. You
know what $22 million could do? $22 million in arrears. And she was complaining, she said, we don't have a trust fund.
Wow.
So and that's part of the problem with some regional institutions, like the Council of Legal Education responsible for law schools. Every year you hear the same complaint. Caribbean governments are in arrears.
Right.
So the CCJ Trust Fund is intended to take care of
itself.
Just that problem.
And I think,
in other words, they put the money up front, and a trust fund manages it, and you don't have to depend on these annual budgets.
Well, I think
money is there for the operation of the court.
From my perspective, I think they should do that with all the other institutions. Enos, are you there? Okay, hold on, I have you on the wrong button. Okay, you there now?
Yes, I am.
All right, so we have Enos on the phone line with us, and okay, Enos, so we know you had to go for your 10 o'clock. You come in at 10, so we give you the floor right now with any concerns, questions you have for Mr. Ruggles right here.
Morning, Brother Ruggles, and it's good to hear you.
Hi, morning, Enos.
All right. I know that you have, I'm sure you have touched on this before, because this seems to be one of the common concerns coming from a lot of people that I've spoken with about the present construct of our judicial system. For example, in Grenada, where, allegiance is being pledged to the Queen and all of that as part of our judicial makeup. If we should sign on to the CCJ and become a part, how would that be adjusted, if ever? And there are people, when you speak with them, they have concerns about our present judiciary and how it's made up. So what would you say to the people with that type of concern or a question like that?
Right, very, very important observations. Those are also concerns, and I'm happy that you raised it. Let me take the first one in order that you raised it. So, for example, people say, and I had a very spirited discussion, engagement with TAMTC students yesterday, 2 separate sessions, and one was that, listen, we say CCJ will complete the cycle of independence, but we still have a Governor General representing the Queen 44 years after independence. We still have the prisons called Her Majesty's prisons, the Royal Grenadier Police Force, the Queen is on the dollar, and so how could we have these things and yet we're talking about independence, right? And just briefly, let me say, as I pointed out then, what independence is not an event. We achieved political independence legally in 1974, the 7th of February 1974. But that does not mean on the 8th of February we an independent country economically and otherwise. We are still on the 8th of February and still many years later a poor struggling third world country, regarded as a third world country, poor struggling, limited resources, etc. So what you had was the event in which we took control, finally, of our destiny, free from having to be dictated to by our colonial master. So we moved from a colony for centuries to associated statehood in February 1967, when we became an associated state of Great Britain, and eventually taking control under associated statehood of our internal affairs. Then we moved 7 years later to independence. So in 1967 we became in charge of our internal affairs, but the United Kingdom still remained in charge of our external affairs. With independence, we became in charge of both our external and internal affairs. So as the saying goes, the expression popularized during the period of the revolution by Maurice Bishop, we are in nobody's backyard. As small and poor as we are, we can take our own decisions. And so for example, the structure, there are 3 branches of government. You have the executive, responsible for policy making, and the executive is cabinet. So if they decide, listen, people calling for the building of a school in Carriacou, the expanding of the airport in Grenada, in St. George's, the building of a hospital in St. Patrick's, the executive is in charge of the public purse. And they determine whether a school goes in St. Patrick's or the airport is expanded or you have a new hospital. They are the policy makers, the policy making branch of government. Then you have the legislature or parliament, and they are the lawmaking branch of government. They make laws. Only parliament can make laws. And then you have the judiciary, which is the court responsible for interpreting laws and determining legal disputes. Now, of those 3 main branches, cabinet makes its own decisions, and it does not have to refer to the United Kingdom for anything. We are an independent country, we determine our own policy. Secondly, the legislature or parliament, we pass whatever laws we want. We don't have to get permission of the United Kingdom. When you come to the third branch, we have a 3-tier system where you have, before you reach the final court, you go to your local court, either the magistrate's court or the high court. Then you go to your court of appeal. But then where after that do we have to appeal? To the UK Privy Council in London, that 95% plus of our people cannot access. So on matters relating, we're good enough to set policy. We're good enough to run our governments. We're good enough to make our laws, but we're not good enough to interpret these same laws. Our Caribbean people living in the Caribbean, understanding the culture of our people, the lifestyle, the language of our people. And we have to go thousands of miles away to the United Kingdom, where 95% of our people can go to have final decisions on matters concerning the judiciary. So in other words, that is what it is meant. When you complete our cycle of independence, you no longer have to go to the colonial power. Established 185 years ago in 1833. The Privy Council as presently constituted was established. You know what was taking place in 1833? That period, the abolition of slavery. The abolition of slavery. So the court has served us well, no doubt of it. But we have our own courts. And of the 53 countries in the Commonwealth, 43, between 41 and 43, no longer use the Privy Council. Those are former colonies of Great Britain. Starting from Canada way back in 1949, India, South Africa, they have their own final courts of appeal. So 41, between 41 and 43 of the 53 countries have their own final courts. And you know who left? 8 countries in the Caribbean. Plus 4 other countries there relying on the Privy Council.
Wow.
And we have our own court in the Caribbean. So that is what is meant essentially by completing the cycle of independence. The second part of the question, which deals with the state of our local courts. As you know, the headquarters of the court had moved to the Carenage more than a year plus ago. And actually, at last we had found accommodation for 5 new courtrooms. And unfortunately, a few months ago, because of radiation issues, the court had to be abandoned. And there's still some struggle in terms of finding alternative accommodation. And that has been a slow process, admittedly, too slow in my view. And it is a genuine concern. It is a genuine concern. So people say, well, listen, focus on your local court rather than a CCJ, because you have to go through your local courts first in any event before you reach your CCJ. My answer to the question, important observations, and we have to struggle and continue to struggle for improvements in our local court system. However, the CCJ will become part of our local court system because it will be our highest court. The first point in response is that to become a member of the CCJ, you are not diverting any local funds that is to go to the magistrate court or the high and putting it in the CCJ instead a final court. In fact, with the CCJ, we have already paid for that court. The problem is we pay for it and we're not utilizing it. We don't have to spend a cent more in order to get there. And when we get there, our people will have greater access to justice. More and more people would be able to go to your final court. What's the sense of having a final court and people can't go to
utilize it? Yeah.
Right? So the first point is that we're paying for a court and we're not utilizing it. And the second point is that the CCJ is not just a court that sits and hears matters and delivers judgment. That the Privy Council is basically a service offered to us. And remember, the Privy Council, as a lot of people have never understood until around now, because people thought the Privy Council was the highest court of appeal in England. The English people, the Englishman doesn't use the Privy Council save for certain particular matters. But in their court system, just like us, you have the county courts and the high court at the first instance level, the court of appeal, and when you're dissatisfied, you appeal not to the Privy Council, but to the UK Supreme Court. That's their final court of appeal. The Privy Council was a court set up then for the colonies of the United Kingdom. And the judges of the UK Supreme Court, when a matter comes to the Privy Council, they would sit and hear the matter and deliver a judgment. And next day, they go back and sit on the UK Supreme Court.
Okay.
They don't have anything to do with the state of the local court system. 185 years now, people complaining about the same problems the last 50 years. When we stay in the Privy Council, if we stay in the Privy Council, these local problems ain't gonna be solved, because the Privy Council has nothing to do with those problems. All they give to us is a service. With the Caribbean Court of Justice, they're the final court of appeal in the region, and the CCJ right now even is facilitating what is called a jurist project. What is the purpose of the jurist project? From which, by the way, we have already benefited about 2 years ago. Backlog reduction. In other words, reducing the backlog of cases in the local system. A few years ago, up to December 2013, there was a serious backlog. Well, there's still a serious backlog. But then there were 175 cases in the system. And through the Caribbean Court of Justice and the Jurist Project, special judges were appointed just to deal with that backlog, at the end of which 165 cases of the 175 cases were disposed of. The CCJ is there training. They have an academy of law responsible for the training of judges, lawyers, different levels of the court, bailiff. They run training programs. There is one in Jamaica on the 12th and 13th this year that will involve over 300 lawyers and judges from throughout the region. They train people to lift the quality at all levels of the legal profession, from the judges right through, judges, lawyers, court staff. It's an institution called the Academy of Law. And when the CCJ is the final court, it will be authorized to give directives to the local court, as it has been doing in relation to Barbados. And that's why the Barbados Prime Minister had complained just before elections, because the CCJ was saying in these judgments, hey, too many delays in the system in Barbados. You have to correct that. Matters can be taking years in the system because they're seeing the case. It comes to them as the final court. So you have a court finally breathing down on your throat. And you know what's the theme? Fix your local system. And that is what the CCJ can actually assist us in doing. If people vote no for the referendum on November 6th, right, and we don't have a CCJ, who would solve the local problems too? It's the same complaints we'll be making 20 years from now.
And no solution.
Precisely.
No solution.
So what I'm saying in effect is that, one, we're paying for a quote and we're not using it. And the fixing of the local system that we're talking about, CCJ can actually help us, because it's a developmental institution to fix these local problems.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Ines, you know you got 3 minutes before your air time. You want to pose another question?
Well, I think you said it all there, but just quickly, and I'm sure you have heard this too raised in your moving around and trying to enlighten and heighten the awareness of the whole process. People are seeing the CCJ, if it comes through, they are seeing it as a victory for the ruling administration, and that is where the politics gets bad, and I think, people are probably missing the point. Quickly, you want to address that?
Right, precisely. Again, very important point. And that, if you want to talk about shallowness and narrow-mindedness and just this mechanistic thinking and bad politics, because that, quite frankly, is bad politics, right? There must be, and that is exactly what retards the growth of nations. And that is what gives politicians a bad name. Because, and sometimes you can't blame the politician, because that's the system. It's adversarial. So the purpose of the government will always be saying, the party in government, I am the best government ever. And they'll be saying of the opposition, this is the worst opposition ever. And the opposition will be saying, this is the worst government ever. And you need to put us there to take care of the problems. And what happens? Things that are good for the country. Folks don't see it, right? The bigger picture of putting the country first. So everybody verbalizing that and they're saying it.
But it never
they're making the point
manifests.
conveniently politically. Because what you need to do, you really need to put country first, and there is nothing. In fact, you gain the respect when an opposition and a government can cooperate on common matters that impact positively for the country. And that's what the politicians have to learn. The politicians have to lead from the front.
But
they don't want the dog.
But Mr. Ferguson,
sorry?
The thing is that we're living in a polarized society, right? Where opposition don't trust government badmouth opposition, and then the lack of education of the people in the matters at hand.
Right, yes.
Everybody have a different viewpoint.
Right. And that's the key thing. And that's why I say in this campaign, education is key. Just education and more education. Because what will happen is that people will be telling their political leaders, listen, do things that are positive for the country. And some political leaders, even they support one thing, but afraid they lose support among their supporters. That is weak leadership.
Yeah.
You have to guide your supporters. If you know that something is positive for the country, you need to champion the cause. And therefore, there are some people, for example, that I put my hats totally off to, who are associated with the opposition and have gone publicly on the campaign trail for the CCJ. Right? Now, if you support government on the CCJ, it doesn't mean that you have to support government on everything else.
That's true. That's
Randall Robinson was on the platform 1 week, sharing and praising and promoting the CCJ. And another week he was in Grand Beach.
Taking the video of the
taking that struggle, right?
Yeah.
Now, guys, so you respect.
Yes, yes.
Because when if they have a position or principle, they're promoted, whether right or wrong. But if every time, because it's the government that do it, you just opposing it, then nobody will have respect for that.
Bad politics.
There must be good things
leadership.
Governments do and opposition do. So this issue about who the legacy belongs to, if we miss this opportunity, that is it, You had a referendum in 2016. You have another one in 2018. That is not just the end of the CCJ for a long time, but the end of constitution reform. Because what you will create is a divided nation. And if another party come in power and try it, they'll say, well, when my party was in power, you ain't give me support, I ain't give no support now.
Yes, so we always
and then we just go around in circles.
Always a downward fight. Always a downward fight.
And a point I really want to make too, it really, it is the short-sightedness of people who saying vote no as though you do some harm to the government. The government stands the least to lose. As government, stands the least to lose from not going to the CCJ. Or from going, from not going, if people vote no. Courts are there, not for governments, not for judges, not for lawyers, for people.
For people.
It's people that bring matters before the court.
Yeah.
Many people bring matters before the same government.
In front
and
of
government issues concerning fundamental rights and freedoms is essentially the state you're bringing it against. And if you have a matter and you're dissatisfied with how your local court or your court of appeal deals with it, you want to be able to go to the highest court. Governments don't sue many people. Governments sue people, but it's more people that sue governments. So you have all these fundamental rights and freedoms issue, and you shoot yourself in the foot and say, I ain't voting no because it's a particular government that has introduced it, that's absolute rubbish.
All right,
We have to grow and mature over that kind of level of thinking and move on to understand that we have a nation and a region, very importantly, a region to build.
All right, stick up in there for a moment, Inas. You gotta go. You past your lunch time. You know, management go be calling you just now. You know.
But thank you very much.
Yes, I had to bring a case to the CCJ.
He comes up. He should have been on in last 4 minutes. Next thing you see, if you don't vote yes on the CCJ, you can't bring your case.
Indeed.
All right. So Inas, we be locked into you in a few minutes. Thank you for participating, my friend, and we catch you in a moment. All right.
All right. One love.
All right, brother. Thank you. All right. So that was a homeboy on the Jersey side of things, across the what is that, the Hudson?
Yeah.
Yeah, across the Hudson. He better pre-Michael and come up the Hudson. They better have to come back over. Yes, Mr. Ruggles. So as you were saying, sir, the important,
right? Yes.
All these
so
important
I'm saying
factors.
another thing that has been confusing people. It has been dealt with a lot, but it still creates a conceptual problem for many people out there. Is this distinction between the original jurisdiction of the court and the appellate jurisdiction of the court? So, for example, recently we brought two matters in the appellate jurisdiction of the court. In fact, Grenada's first matters in the CCJ brought in the original jurisdiction of the court. That was the case with the Grenadian family who went through all these hassles in Barbados, including humiliating treatment in Barbados. And an action was taken against the state of Barbados in the original jurisdiction of the court. And secondly, David Bain, somebody from Concord, St. John's, who actually resides in the United States, who was sent back when he landed in Trinidad in December 2017. He was going to a wedding of a family member, and they basically sent him back. And both families, in the case of the Gilberts, they have taken action against the state of Barbados. And in the case of David Bain, he has taken action against the state of Trinidad. So many people have been asking the question, and that's even people at professional levels saying, well, how come we have a referendum on November 6th to go to the CCJ, and we file a case in the CCJ? Right? And I wish to repeat this point, and I know it would require a lot of repetition before people actually get it conceptually.
Right.
One, the CCJ is like two courts rolled into one. Now, physically, it is one court. It has one administrative staff, one library, the same building, one set of technological facilities, and one set of judges.
Right.
7 judges. But they have what is called two jurisdictions. So these judges would sit in the original jurisdiction of the court, or they would sit in the appellate jurisdiction of the court. What is the distinction between the two? In its original jurisdiction, the CCJ is like an international court.
Okay.
It deals with disputes or matters that arise under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. And the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas is that agreement between Caribbean states. Because remember, it's a treaty. A treaty is an agreement. That regulates the behavior and interactions, the relationship between these states. And the revised treaty deals specifically with CSME. CSME meaning free movement of people, free movement of goods, free movement of services, free movement of capital.
Right.
Throughout the region. The rules are contained in that revised treaty. The rules concerning CSME, as we know, CSME is the move to ultimately create a single market and economy, a single economic space for the region. So though we divided by sea, we are one economic space to make us a stronger and more resilient region. So, under the agreement, the CCJ has what is called exclusive jurisdiction. Exclusive, meaning it is the only court in the world that can, one, interpret and apply the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. So if a dispute arises there, you have to go to the CCJ. You can't go to the local courts to deal with that. It must go to the CCJ in its original jurisdiction. So, for example, the Gilberts and Mr. Bain had issues with Barbados and Trinidad respectively.
Right.
What were those issues? They were contending that both Barbados and Trinidad breached the right to freedom of movement. Where is the right to freedom of movement found? It is found in the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. And therefore, once it is a matter that comes up under the revised treaty, you go to the original jurisdiction of the court. So same judges who sit in the appellate jurisdiction, but they would now sit as original jurisdiction. You go straight there. And most members of the Caribbean community, including Grenada, are already members of the original jurisdiction of the court. We didn't need any constitutional amendment to do so. However, because that's something new, that's something created, it's about 17 years ago, the agreement was signed. So that's something totally new. Unlike now, going to your appellate jurisdiction, which is part of the Constitution, Section 104 of our Constitution, recognizes the Privy Council as our final court of appeal. So if we had to change the Privy Council to go to the CCJ, we have to change the Constitution to replace the Privy Council with the Caribbean Court of Justice. And the Caribbean Court of Justice in its appellate jurisdiction is a final court of appeal.
Okay.
In other words, unlike the original jurisdiction where if a matter arises under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, you go straight there.
Right.
In CCJ in appellate jurisdiction, you must go through your local courts first. Your magistrates court and your high court. If you're dissatisfied with the decision of your magistrates court or high court, you then go to the OECS court of appeal, next level. And if now you're dissatisfied with the OECS court of appeal, then you go to your final level, which is the final court of appeal, which right now is the Privy Council. And if we have the change, it will be the Caribbean Court of Justice. So that one is a court, as I describe it, as first instance with respect to matters under the revised treaty, and the other is a court of last instance, where it is the final court of appeal.
All right,
yes.
so Ruggers. All right, well, once again, we'd like to say thank you ever so much for enlightening and informing all of the interested parties who will take the time to listen and get a better understanding as to the meaning of the importance of the us being part of the CCJ. But we're gonna do this again. I cannot emphasize how important it is to keep doing this. I don't know what we'll communicate. I'll communicate with you throughout the day in case we want to spend our next couple of minutes on it tomorrow if you're available, or we leave it for God's willing next weekend. But one of the concerns,
probably sometime next week. I'm supposed to be traveling tomorrow, so
okay. So next week will be better.
Yes,
right.
So, but we can always do other
things,
other programs. No problem. The education process is really important, and I would really like to urge people to just stop playing politics with the court.
Yes.
Stop trying to mislead people in terms of the court is our institution. Whichever government is in power
belongs to the people.
That issue has to be addressed. And why? Because all the countries of the region signed up beginning in 2001, February 2001, that we'll make this court our final court.
Yes, yes.
So we are right now in breach of the agreement, 17 years later.
Wow.
So, and we can enter regional agreements, and that is what causes regional integration to crash. When we enter agreements and we say we're doing something, and then one or two countries then decide, well, we ain't doing it again. The others get vexed, everybody pull out, and we are left more exposed. We are simply a tiny dot on the world's map. We live in an era of globalization. And for us to face the competition out there, we have to band together as a region.
Must.
And that's what CSME is all about. And that's what having your regional court is about.
Once we join that institution, all the other concerns that folks are worried about, like local court system and all these things, all of those matters will be addressed, and we will have resolve situations better. We'll be able to resolve all those matters better. As you travel throughout the island or throughout the tri-state, one of the things I want you to address, please, is in something that I realized in conversations up to yesterday with a lot of the young people in Grenada, because I've been having communications with a few of them. Their primary concern is that they hope that they just voting just for CCJ and not as how the referendum was like in 2016, where you have all these other matters in place. That is that is the main thing I'm hearing from a lot of these young people.
Of the referendum, that's why CCJ was isolated as a single item, not tied up with all of these other controversial items that create problems.
Right. Right. Excellent. Yeah. All right. So in your travels this week, sir, have a safe travel. And once you come back to the land of spice where everything is nice, birth country, we will talk. But we'll be in touch throughout the week. All right?
Lots of work to do. We have to continue to do what we have to do.
Yes, sir. All right. Have a blessed one.
Good morning. Have a pleasant day to you and listeners.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time. All right, folks. So once again, that was Mr. Ruggles Ferguson, attorney in the land of Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique on the issue of the referendum. Derek Ali, thank you so much, my friend, and a blessed day to you and yours. All right. So, we have passed 16 minutes. Let me ask you a question. You just sit here proud and say, you beat up your chest like an old pigeon. You understand? How, as a union rep, man had to get paid. They call it sick without a doctor note and all of that. Who paid me for that? Half an hour of overtime.
Let's be realistic. No, I'm telling you.
I watch me.
You are the one who's supposed to pay for going over the Enos time. If you want, let's be technical. You understand?
I had to pay
because you know when you were supposed to cut off. But you didn't.
Wait, hold up. Let me get this clear.
Yeah.
I supposed to pay because I go over Enos time.
Yeah.
Enos had to buy in for each time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not buying my time.
So all of a sudden now you want to circumvent the union rules. You want to get paid. But you don't want to pay.
Everything is subject to change.
Of course.
Everything is subject to
when
change.
The union says so.
As a member of a capitalist country, it is better when it comes to me.
Enos, all you need to do is contact me as your rep. All right?
All right, folks. So once again, I hope everyone had a pleasant first 4 hours of your Saturday morning. We're going to go over to Enos the Genius.
We make way.
Yes, with Caribbean Choice. But as you go, I'm going to leave you with something for your listening pleasure of today. Remember, Enos is on, and we're going to join him shortly. Thanks once again. And remember to keep the DJ's Cockney and his family in your prayers, all right, because they need a lot of prayers right now for the loss of their brother, their father, their son, their husband, their uncle, every way, shape or form that he has played a role in this short time that he has blessed this earth and blessed our presence and blessed us for knowing him. Once again, thank you, everyone.
It's don't need to be rude, but let me give you a little education. Ask any Antiguan what it means when you tell a girl, I want the wife, I want the wife, I want the wife, I want the wife. Give me the wife, give me the wife, give me the wife, give me the wife. I want love on your spot, love on your spot. I want get in your spot, I want connect with you. I want the wife, I want the wife. Give me the wife, give me the wife, give me the wife, give me the wife.
maddest radio station on the island, CRFM
89.5.
And in the diaspora, hosted by Enos the Genius. Caribbean Choice on this station every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. A production of the Light Network. Turn on the light.